They call themselves anonymous. They are hackers on steroids.
Police say they have arrested 3 suspected hackers believed to be part of an international network.
A group calling themselves Anonymous has vowed to destroy the Church of Scientology.
Anonymous, the group responsible for Operation Payback, which temporarily crippled the websites of MasterCard, Visa, and PayPal.
We are Legion.
We are Anonymous.
Distributed denial of service, devolved the stack will drag when DOS attacks. Suits without a head get scared and shit. They slash see what we lack. A sense of compassion. A justice must be swift. How turn to hurt in the pockets of white supremacists. These nemesis is never this vicious. We troll the net for missions. Evil's your position. Your file's gonna come up missing. With a post they dissing, posturing and speaking out of fear. Super consciousness, our warriors are virtual bombardiers. We don't forgive, we don't forget. Expect us wasn't no one to protect us. Come together as a legion. Internet unite, connect us. We will make our presence known. We got folks on the megaphones. SQL inject intravenously like it's prednisone. Rebelling on a larger scale. We Jonas came to slay the where we hip. Till they slither and swinging them lizards by their tail. We check their mail, defacing professional looking webpage. When I rhyme, I whip the sheeple's catatonic vestige. Battling the message, encapsulated in the rap track. Black facts is project chronology. Talking fact ass, but a back fact. And I'm the type of person never had jack. Destruction of Chris Falk camp. Put away this ass act. We vigilant, the vigilante. Highest staking up the anti-cross site script. And Felicia Palmer with bunched up panties. Epilepsy foundation. Fall from invasion. Turks and Brazilians, Tunisians, even Malaysians.
Gawker website, we pulled up just to see, have a look about what's going on. It talks about the power people now have on the internet if they want to do this.
Technically speaking, they are heroes because they can solve everything. They are up all over the security systems.
Train event, we rage and give a fuck about a cussing club McKay hatch. Profanity, I spew it for the fucking loving cause I can. And who the hell is you to try to change a man? Operation Payback, radical Avenger Sanj. Intelligent Israelis with viruses known as Stuxnet. Programming logic controllers and root kiss us ass. We need to know, trying to feed the homeless. Cops are screaming no, government and corporate sources. We must defeat our foes as freedom goes. They trying to sniff us out and get the ISPs reversing the cameras on computers. Feds are eyeing me, Marine Corps, Brick Bradley, man and naked, the Quantico. Maximum security methods with torches chronicle to Aaron Bar. Forever you will walk around with slash and scar to crash your car. Executives are worshiping the morning star. It is bizarre, the people are the ones oppressing people. When will the day come we recognize as equals? Electronic money from Satoshi Nakamoto. Spending bitcoins on hoes for they photos with no komodos. Remarkable power, the python is clearing syntax. International Federation of Photo Bin Jack. The script kiddies hacking to the mainframe of big cities. YouTube videos for children showing big titties. No pity for the oppressive and get it through your skulls. We were born to change the world, evolving past the hats for laws.
There are hackers which are fighting for some kind of ideological points and hackers who are just doing illegal activities.
The police department goes into certain things and the government goes into certain things. Probably I would put that on the same level as I would someone who goes in and hacks into a site they're not supposed to be on.
The bottom line is, if you have information in a database someplace, consider yourself a potential target.
Expect us. We don't forgive, so don't forget.
All these big websites on the DG's hit list. Upstream fitness, connection, keep the ping time, healthy quickness. Is it a wonder that the hackers of the world making front page news across the globe, all the exploits? And they try to lock us up by the truckload. Fuck no, bringing all the truth to the front door. Casuals in the crosshairs, in a safe place on my internet, they can call theirs. Got a nerd in every day, send a bumping my tunes on the speakers behind 9 floors, locked doors. TTO in his Tesla, press the repeat button, cause he need a bang and a swing too. They dib in the shed with a can of code red, trying to write his last lines of the same tune. Come and find me, still a soldier in this internet game, stay grimy. Keep the army behind me, blind people died on my drive with a line beat. Hackers on the net define me, demons on a quest to kill -9 me. White hat warriors choreograph their blast to match my black hat psyche. Hacker music, man I code these flows so crews can abuse it. Hacker music, playlist for that late night, make the new shit. Hacker music, man I code these flows so crews can abuse it. Hacker music, playlist for that late night, make the new shit. New chauffeurs and them Snowden, stream UTF fading coding. All the states sponsor hacking with the backing of an agency. Now we playing in the major leagues. Candidates in elections, risk that infection from anyone who got the source code of the next gen. Hypervisor inception, cloudburst servers with that burst protection. They flex arrest if they catch you home. Clocking in bitch like a metronome. You best bless your phone when whipping out the work in a briefcase. Witness, database longer than a cam girl's wish list. Stop that business. Bitcoin in the treasure, keep crypto Christmas. Is it a wonder that the hackers of the world still banging my music when it penetrate the Gibson? Even haters recognize the prison state of when I'm spitting this digital pimpin'. Hacker music, man, I code these flows so crews can abuse it. Hacker music, playlist for that late night, make the new shit. Hacker music, man, I code these flows so crews can abuse it. Hacker music, playlist for that late night, make the new shit.
vision, hella pimpin'. On these internets, I got a relevant mission. Since we got a problem with some rival borders, and we got a lot of laws that tell us they are on a quest to slaughter every bit of our operation. They can't copy, so they hatin'. So I'm keeping my methods close to the chest. I rock the knock on speed dial, case I got a social internal contacts that ain't taking tape mobile. Oh no, my aim designed off, checking to see if it's suspended or if it got reset and appended to the SMs.txt. The enemy is holding on their central server. If it isn't, I'll be golden. In the meantime, XOR found a demon that can co-wrote and exploit for. I must be dreaming, but we gotta find the offset. This distro's unlisted, so perhaps we cannot do this like some script kiddie bitches. Hacker war, I've been caged in the pit of a hacker war. Hacker war, my niggas boyfriend the size a bit fatter than yours. Hacker war, I've been caged in the pit of a hacker war. Hacker war, the stakes are high when ID through my voice server. In the Philippines, we biblical like the Philistines. I hit the greens and get the crew lifted. Couple lines and I be tables and I keep them out the sequel box. Hitting us from summits at our data center Equinix, grabbing hits and keeping clicks. Packy server blazing on the mathematics like an Asian. Max sockets up just for the occasion. In the meantime, I'll be raising an Ida to disassemble all they progs. Jump with Ollie like a skateboarding frog. Is debugger present? Not at all. Focus on the leader. Paste business docs, Adobe Reader, Google Docs. Tweet it from a 9-9. Cause I ratted on it all the peace. Stole the box accounts and free my aim from the Comdesk fraud. Who's the boss of the bar? I'm engaged in the middle of a hacker war. Hacker war. My niggas waiting for the size of the fatter than yours. Hacker war. I'm engaged in the middle of a hacker war. Hacker war. The stakes are high when you're high and your money's the score.
Hello, citizens of the world. We are anonymous.
Or is it morning? Couple days out awake and I see me yawning. James Bonding, pinging and they ain't responding. Mission accomplished, yeah bitch I'm pawning. Roll out the crib, white hat on the crest. Spam tech like a badge on the right of my chest. Flip on my sidekick, I flip my wrist. SSH to my box, page down the next. My stats look good, what about my checks? So many digits, it's a Googleplex. Rotation of the earth like my spam subjects. Perplex the best, the wicked get no rest. Slide in my Christ on the same track, collecting my combos. See me on AIM, talking to all the blind hoes. Condos, coast to coast, wireless enabled. When they set the sniff, I switch to cables. IPs bounce through multi-nations. I keep confidential like doctors' patients. It's nerd life and it's DG death. Represent DG to my dying breath.
I'm still a DG and I ain't gonna stop. So don't twist it up, make it something it's not. From hangers to bandwidth, I'm still kicking. And I fry your ass like a piece of chicken. I'm still a DG and I ain't gonna stop. So don't twist it up, make it something it's not. From hangers to bandwidth, I'm still kicking. And I'll fry your ass like a piece of chicken.
Drive to the local coffee stop, pull my laptop out and set up shop. 5 for the coffee, pay and swap. Caught a couple Xbox to my drop. It's a Merry Christmas if you figure this. Both the naughty and nice are on my list. And if you notice something missing, don't get pissed. I pulled all your info from LexNexus. Those who cross me, cross with care. Because I won't leave till your wall is bare. You can't run from your social, cause I'll be there. And I'll get your next one, you don't have a prayer. I swear, people baffle me. Who the fuck would even wanna battle me? Boy, what a fucking day that'll be. When their life disappears with their chattel G. Don't battle me, cause we rich in numbers. Every day see a couple of fresh newcomers trying to make a name off of my demise. And I always hit them up with the whitey surprise. Might not happen right away cause I lay in the weed. And I strike like a snake whenever I please. And such is the life of most DGs. You don't see it coming till you're on your knees, begging and pleading, please stop beefing. You don't understand, we get mad and even, but it ain't even fair cause we leave them breathing. Dealing with the shitstorm of digital treason, squeaming, screaming, so now reaping. End up as a blip on my sidekick beeping. Every time they try to weasel out of my trap, I pull them right back, put their head in my lap. Little stressful, but I got enough SIGs and I got enough proxies to shake the pigs. Carton after carton of these 72s, and I'm still pulling hits out my underoos. I still bruise, pack up and DOS the server, sit back and act like a calm observer. Call all the shots from miles away, sitting in the Starbucks at the break of day. I don't play, so act like you think you know, cause I'm a fucking DG, you're a fucking bitch, bro. Yeah.
Lots to talk about tonight regarding some new developments just over the last few hours, and this is big. It started when the feds today shut down Mega Upload, the file sharing service that apparently has more than 150 million registered users and 50 million daily visitors.
Hello, Congress of the United States. We are anonymous. We are here to address the current situation on the recent shutdown of the file sharing website, Mega Upload. We are anonymous. We are Legion. We do not forgive. We do not forget. Expect us. We are not fucking playing. We are anonymous.
breaking news.
Now, in response, the largest attack ever by the hacktivist group Anonymous. They attacked and successfully shut down the sites for the U.S. Department of Justice, the U.S. Copyright Office, Universal Music Group, the Recording Industry Association of America, and the Motion Picture Association of America. Now, you may have heard of some of these anonymous-related hacks in the past to take down other government websites, but never have they gone after so many at once.
We are anonymous. We are legion. We do not forgive. We do not forget. Expect us.
Sometimes I pray at night and wonder what's left for me in my future.
Wall Street didn't just gain from globalization. It has been completely reckless. Took the power, manipulated it, twisted it, broke the law, business, and brought the world economy to its knees.
Sick of the struggle, corporate greed. It's all for you, none for me. Pay your debts, stay in line, planet streams, people die. I'm a man, I'm not your product. We're all owned by the bank to keep stocks up. I'm a victim, you play the predator, but I'm a citizen, and you're the senator. I'm making paper, really paper. My money ain't worth shit, it's all fake, huh? I don't got a face, I only got a voice. I hope you got the time, cause you ain't got a choice. This a banger, we're in danger. We gotta open our eyes, we gotta wake up. This is our time, can't you see the signs? Take a look around, we ain't fucking blind.
Act up, we can make a difference if we speak out. How we gonna be if we just back down? Freedom let me speak, cause this is our time. Our time, act out, we can make a difference if we speak out. How we gonna be if we just back down? Freedom let me speak, cause this is our time. Our time.
So what's it gonna be? Wanna save your life? Gather in the streets. Human rights, time to occupy. Don't let them beggars slide. Our schools are shutting down over the greedy lies. We're in crisis, but we can fight this. We can occupy the globe, they won't like us. Cause we're tired, and we're fed up so much that we speak up. Believe us, they need us, now we're speaking. Holding up signs, we ain't leaving. Unemployment rise, dreams die, we ain't eating. Governments are purchased, bankers really own them. Kinda like our homes, cause we're all foreclosing. Money getting weaker, gas is getting higher. Kids, I can't feed you, nobody will hire. Now we're under pressure, man, what you gotta say now? Shove that fucking stimulus, we got no way to bail out.
Act up, we can make a difference if we speak out. How we gonna be if we just back down? Freedom let me speak, cause this is our time. Our time, act up, we can make a difference if we speak out. How we gonna be if we just back down? Freedom let me speak, cause this is our time. Our time.
Police cleared people from Zuccotti Park here in New York, the birthplace of the Occupy
Occupy Wall Street. Everybody act now. We can make a difference if we speak out. How we gonna be if we just back down? Freedom, let me speak, this is our town. This is our town. Now we're stressing. Unemployment line, what's a pension? All in due time, all your lives see the ending. The economy is sickening. All these people bitching, rising up and flipping. Corporate greed is vicious. All these people talking. Bet your ears are burning. Bet you're on an island where your sweet plan is turning. Now we're all affected. Tired of your greed now. Take our fucking planet, hell no. We will speak out.
Back down. We can make a difference if we speak out. How we gonna be if we just back down? Freedom, let us speak, cause this is our town. Our town. Back down. We can make a difference if we speak out. How we gonna be if we just back down? Freedom, let us speak, cause this is our town. Our town. Back down. We can make a difference if we speak out. How we gonna be if we just back down? Freedom, let me speak, cause this is our town. Our town.
I think that that's what Occupy Wall Street is really about.
The very word secrecy is repugnant in a free and open society. And we are, as a people, inherently and historically opposed to secret society, secret oaths, and to secret proceedings. We decided long ago that the dangers of excessive and unwarranted concealment of pertinent facts far outweigh the dangers which are cited to justify it.
Face the facts, join our hands, make a stand. It's time to gather plans, get the shot, take the chance. Till there is no one left, stay correct to the death. They can't ever break a freedom, we will never let it. The corrupt politics is killing the system. Cynicism is it, and it's everything that you witness. They tell you what to think, make you believe that they're the realness. They feed us full of lies, and yet we always forgive them. It's all conspiracy, and if defeated in a witch, you're the puppet. The government's pulling strings from above you. It's time for the introduction to truth. Let's start a movement. We've all been brainwashed. They believe it. We all believe in what we see and what they
Did not reply yet. That was like too long. Something else.
I order all those assembled to immediately disperse. You may be arrested and or subject to other police the use of riot control agents, which could cause risk of injury to those who remain.
Alex, do you have the headphones on for that game? All right. Try not to scream, okay? Thank you.
Hey, what's going on? We're live.
Hey.
Yeah, there was an echo there.
I had to switch to a cellular connection. Can anybody hear me?
Yeah, doing fine.
Yeah, I can hear you perfectly fine, yeah.
Yeah, so if you guys hear a brief interruption, I'm going to have to switch back from cellular back to Wi-Fi. I can't. I know I hate being poor, but, my cellular connection is not up to par.
Well, don't feel bad. We're all poor, huh?
Or my Wi-Fi connection, yeah. Well, it's like, I have 30 meg. I should have 30, but it's not like that, so.
Well, that's easy to burn up that much. That's not much nowadays.
No, that's not much at all.
No, 30 megabit upload, 30 megabit download.
Oh, the speed.
Yeah, it's supposed to be 30, but hit prime time, speeds and everything starts going nuts,
It's going on, Wolf? What's going on, Wolf?
What's up?
Chilling. A little bit of technical difficulties.
A little bit of technical difficulties. Some technical difficulties, huh?
Yeah, this show's gonna cost. This show's gonna cost me some cash.
Uh-oh. Why is that?
I had to switch.
What happened?
Switch to a hotspot.
Hotspot.
Oh.
Hey.
Oh. Yeah, watch.
That sucks.
Yeah, watch this show. Cost me like $100.
That's all right. I'm sitting outside of a school using their Wi-Fi.
Awesome.
Yeah, my roommate decided they didn't want to pay my shit. How dare them?
Yeah, this is the Tyler Durden show right now. Oh god. So for the audience out there, I will give an announcement that I am switching. So you might get a brief delay. I'm getting some bad echo.
Yeah, you like
you're on
right
top
now.
of a mountain.
Arthur?
What's up?
No, it's not you.
Don't blame me, fool. What the hell? Shenanigans, man.
Always something, right?
I guess. No, I'm trolling you guys. I just like to make you echo.
There was that other Tyler. There was two Tylers there again.
Oh no, I'm gone on that connection. So we had what do we have to talk about tonight?
Vault 7.
Oh, WikiLeaks. Yeah, guys, go ahead. Talk about Vault 7.
I got some shit on that earlier too. Hold up.
I haven't really heard anything solid, other than just like the names of like the programs, no specifics of like how they were doing it, but just program names, similar to what you come out in NSA, years ago. It's just kind of more the same.
Yeah, and they're going to be shipping out Assange like on the end of the month, right?
Where's he going?
I don't know. The Ecuadorian embassy says they're going to find a new home for him. So nobody knows really what that means.
Yeah, it doesn't sound good when you're a guy like that. That's bad news.
There's nowhere you can go.
Yeah, to a jail cell somewhere. That's about it.
Well, the only thing that I have heard, because I have not had much time to read on it, being that I was busy today with a lot of things, I mean, what I've read, for the little bit that I've read, it's like they were saying that the CIA is basically using, making cyber attacks and making it look like it's coming from, say Russia or North Korea or Iran. So it's just another way. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
All right. So it's basically, just to turn like the DNC against Russia, so it's like basically in-house.
All right, you guys, you might hear a brief delay. I am going back to Wi-Fi.
But they were operating. Looks like they were operating within the country too, which is illegal. And they admit that.
Right.
Yeah, they always say, "Oh no, we don't do that," but it looks like they were.
Okay, we're good.
And the CIA is.
We're at 2.5 megabit upload. So we're good. Streams were good.
Yeah, the CIA and the State Department are tied pretty close. So a little shadow government there. So.
Well, they all work.
Yeah, it's just then spying through the Samsung TVs. I mean, that's been out like 10, 15 years already. That's kind of old news. And
right.
The phones and everything. I mean, slowly drip feeding you the truth.
Right. As far as cameras concerned and the TVs and everything, myself, I mean, call me over skeptical or whatnot, but tapes on basically every little camera hole I have, and I'm glad I don't have any smart TVs. Well, first of all, I can't afford it, but second of all, I don't want them.
Right, get them in there all spying on you.
Well, here's the thing about data mining, the way it was explained to me on how the government does it. Yes, they have two programs that analyze this stuff, but a lot of what they have and a lot of what the intelligence community is monitoring for is repetitive patterns of suspicious behavior. You know.
Right.
Well, they got data overload. They can capture it all, but what do you do with it?
Exactly. It's like
parse it and sort it and find out. It's data overload.
It's like you could have one guy's stuff and this guy could be like, playing PS4, on the phone, calling some weird country, and then, at the end of the month, you have all this, like, garbage. It's like, how much is garbage? And, how much can they actually code? But I'm pretty sure they've weaseled their way and, find their techniques so they're a little better, but...
All right. Well, I pulled up something from WikiLeaks, and I'm gonna read it real quick in case nobody else have heard anything from it. So what they're saying is basically since 2001, the CIA has gained political and budgetary preeminence over the U.S. National Security Agency, the NSA. The CIA found itself building. All right, hold on. Go back. Sorry about that.
Facebook says they were going to block anything that had to do with Vault 7.
Well, I don't doubt it, and that was something I wanted to talk about, before, is that there is a lot of internet censorship on social media.
The censorship can be several different things too. It could be censorship from the government. It could be Facebook. It's also search engine optimization. When your page is shared, how many views does it reach? How many people is it reaching? So there's a lot of things that we could be facing.
Well, remember with Myanmar, I didn't do it, but they had to even just the hashtag was even banned. You remember that?
Yeah, I remember hearing about it. A lot of hashtags have been banned previously. We have a lot of people who share things and then it's deleted off their page but never reported. So we've been seeing a lot of that over the last few weeks.
Oh yeah, like when I was trying to totally clean out, because I had to use one of my main profiles, because Facebook kept on deleting my shit. And then when I was going through my timeline, on two different platforms, one was on PC, one was on mobile. I was seeing stuff deleted that shouldn't have been deleted. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, there's a lot. Yeah, there's a lot of that.
Well, I personally had friends deleted from my account without my knowledge and of my doing.
There's certain, I get more to religious stuff, but like certain Christian pages that I pass out on Facebook, and they don't show up on your timeline. Every time I try to share one, it won't stick.
Well, it's like if you say anything about any Jewish religion as well, they ban you for it as well.
Yeah, if you're not a leftist, elitist scum, you just don't have, you can tell where the platform is going. You don't get a voice. If you're not in that club pushing what they want you to push, what they want people to hear, you don't get a platform anymore.
I must have seen something weird on our stream.
What's going on?
Well, it's saying we have one viewer, but I'm seeing multiple in here. Yep.
I'm getting weird echo too. Like 5 seconds later, then all of a sudden I hear you guys talk again. The same thing you already said.
You know what? Yeah, it might have to do with. I had to switch the streams, so.
Yeah, I just took a screenshot showing one viewer, and I forwarded it to a few people, just showing the censorship.
To be honest, I'm quiet over here for the same reason.
I told you it might have something to do with that. I don't know.
I remember our first few shows.
I apologize to the audience. I am not feeling good right now.
Today's been one of those days.
The first few shows we had no reach, like the page itself. When you're editor admin, you can see how many people it reaches, and it was showing 0 for the first few shows. And I'm like, how is that possible with 10,000 views? How did it reach nobody? You know what I mean? So it could be something to do with Facebook. I really think so.
Oh, George is here. George is here.
Connection.
Let me see
But
if
I've seen
can-
something kind of
that it could-
interesting.
Let me see if I can get
Go ahead.
Jordan here.
No, as Tyler was saying, you know, it's like, you know, you could say it was either Fed book or, you know, the government that's dealing with it and with the censorship. But honestly, I mean, the way I see it is that they're all connected as one, anyways. I mean,
I agree.
from what I've read and what I've looked up, you know, they're saying that Zuckerberg changed his name, etc.
Right, he's the grandson of what's his fuck? Rothschild, right?
Rothschild, exactly.
Yeah.
Do you know about Zuckerberg's compound on Hawaii? Are you guys familiar with that?
Oh yeah, how he sued Hawaii.
Well, he's going and he's using a technique that basically the land is owned by the Pacific Islanders, the natives to the land, and a lot of his land that he has, he basically purchased with unmoral methods. So if people are not living on the land, there's a procedure that he's doing where he basically goes to the county clerk's office where they're selling the land, and he will purchase it for $200 because they're not inhabiting it. So he's not even formally offering them an amount or going saying, "Hey, I'm purchasing your land." He's going to be behind their back because there's a law there that allows him to do that. So half the land that Zuckerberg got was basically taken out from underneath the Native Americans. So he built this fence around his land, and some of the land that he has the fence around now isn't even technically his, and land he hasn't even purchased, even though it's immoral of how he's doing it. He's put a fence around land that people already technically own. So people that own the land, even though they're not inhabiting it, I watched this special on YouTube, and they're standing there saying, the land right on the other side of the fence is mine, and I won't let him purchase it, and I have lawyers, and he still put a fence around it, and he has armed guards protecting it, and it's not even his. So
Yeah,
again,
what he's doing is
to me, it's an
immoral.
abuse of power.
Absolutely. Just like anybody else that has all that money and recognition.
Well, if you think about all the hundreds of acres that he purchased for $200 an acre, when it was showing that an acre of land where he's at is worth $100,000,
Right.
he's putting these native islanders into a further poverty because they could have made a profit off of it, and some of them don't even want to sell it because it's been in their family forever. So now one of the ladies basically said, you know, how are you going to fight a billionaire?
Right.
You know, and that really sucks. And when you think about what happened with Apple, Hawaii is going through something similar. Even though there's no pipeline involved, it's Zuckerberg who's basically over there purchasing land for pennies on the dollar, putting a fence around land that he hasn't purchased, and basically taking claim to land that's not his.
Yeah,
well, it's all selective too, though. I mean, he doesn't even have to. You know, you don't have to prove any chain of ownership. I mean, they just do it. You know, it's just
And that's pretty much what he's done.
Yeah, corporate eminent domain. You know, is what they did on the pipeline. You know, with foreign companies.
Yeah, and he has armed security for anybody that wants to contest his ownership.
Right.
He has his own mercenaries. It's disgusting.
Absolutely.
But yet,
America.
we are here on Facebook.
I know, huh? Saying, fuck you, Zuckerberg.
Basically.
They almost shut me down today. I don't know what the hell is going on with that. Started telling me my... I don't know. They told me my profile. You don't think so?
Something weird because now I'm getting this I've been getting this weird error saying that Firefox no longer supports Google Hangout calls. So now
Oh,
it's just
somebody was telling me that Google got hacked. Google, and we lost a bunch of profiles and like passwords and stuff.
No, I
I was
think this
actually
has
hearing
to do
about
with
that earlier.
the Google Call plugin. So I'm like, okay.
So do you think Firefox and our streaming is the reason why we're having issues?
No, it's my neighbor, it's my roommate's PS4.
Always blame it on the roommate.
Yeah, I got one of those too.
Yeah, me too. Didn't pay my bill today. Fuckers, I don't have Wi-Fi.
So now we
Oh,
just have like my picture. It's not even my picture. And Aaron's picture, and that's about it.
Is it? Only mine and yours around here?
Nobody's videos coming in.
I'm not streaming video today because I'm sitting in the dark
You
in
guys
my
want me
car.
to drop out of the call and retry it?
I see everybody on here.
I see everybody.
Do you see it on the Facebook page?
Well, I'm on it now, and it says what I see. I see the chat, but I don't see.
It's fuckery, man.
Yeah.
Start it over.
Exactly.
All right, let me try it again. All right, I'll drop out.
Make it
I'll be
happen.
right back.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Steve was saying censorship is everywhere now. Things that he's researched years ago disappeared on Google lately. Yeah, they just don't want us to get the information anymore. They're trying to hide everything from us.
You there?
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, they take data off the Wayback Servers. I've encountered that too. There's articles I know I've seen before, and I go back and look, and you can't find them. And you know damn well I tend to save everything now that's important. But yeah, they're changing the Wayback Servers too, rewriting history.
Yeah, that's exactly what they're doing. They're just trying to take everything away from us, bit by bit, without even us knowing. They just
Oh, that was
pass
another
laws.
thing I wanted to talk about, and this is something I've been talking to from a few anons. Sorry, I have my mask on. Is that we anons, have a technical advantage over the system, if you know what I mean. And it's been long. It's been yeah. Oh yeah, we do. Oh yeah, we do.
I know. I'm playing. I know.
And it's high time. We do something that could get us some recognition, or at least
Oh, we were talking about that earlier.
Yep.
Yeah, and I think that moving forward, I mean, the Op New Blood is really good, but we need people that want to learn, and we also need to market larger. We need bigger ops, not necessarily
saying the wrong word,
anything
not the
specific.
recognition, just to let the people know that we are still here.
Yeah, and it's mostly marketing. To reach more people, you have to do something bigger to be seen. You know what I mean? And for us, I mean, I mentioned too, sharing in a lot bigger places with more people. I mean, we can share to groups with 200,000 people, but how many of those 200,000 people are going to see it in the next 24 hours? We need to put it somewhere where people are viewing constantly.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And more viewers are more frequently. Things like news websites. If we were to post, or we were to do a show in the next few weeks and post it to a radio station, maybe a large city like Philadelphia. Hey, this is what we're doing. Check us out. We need somebody to pick that up, because then we can hit a larger market.
Well, I'm talking about, like the slam bam, thank you, ma'am, deface, whatever, and then.
Well, I do internet marketing. I do internet marketing for a living. So, I mean, as far as the marketing side of reaching more people, and that's how I see it, the situation that we're in, you have to go to the places where the bigger numbers are.
So
and radio station, how many views do they have? TV stations, how many views do they have? We should just post our shit right on the Trump page and be like, come and get us. Because what else is going to get the recognition? We put it on a Trump page and they're going to lose their mind. We'll make the whole show about Antifa.
So I was talking to some other anons, and then what they were saying is like some of us, should go back into our old trolling mode, but then we should just troll like politicians and stuff,
Yeah, if we could get the trolls to concentrate on something productive like trolling politicians, we would have done that years ago. Trust me.
No.
I mean,
Donald Trump has a Twitter feed.
Yeah, but I don't know if he's actually the one running it, to be honest. I mean,
It sure
there's a lot of
sounds like
people
him.
watching it.
Yeah, but we could still troll everything that he posts, you know, or his team posts.
True. True.
What about podcasts? You know, podcasts or a YouTube channel? You know, that might be able to hit
Podcasting
more.
is kind of cool.
Right.
Yeah, and somebody was hitting me up today too about a YouTube channel. We need to create a YouTube channel that we need to make 4 or 5
We
and
have
post from
one.
all of them.
We have one. It might be a little easier to stream this onto a YouTube channel. You know, like I don't. You know, I mean, usually when you're streaming onto a YouTube channel or up to YouTube, it requires less data because of the file format. You know.
If we stream onto YouTube, we can also take that YouTube after it's done and then share it in more places. Because, see, the problem I had with anonymous videos in YouTube is they will shut your channel down quick. So unless you have 4 or 5 backup channels, I wouldn't even mess with YouTube.
Right.
Yeah, see, I see people watching our stream, and I'm seeing inaccurate data being posted.
You see that, right? I was just about to get ready and say something.
Good job, Zuckerberg. Your fucking programming doesn't work.
He's too busy eating all the pineapples on the land he stole.
Exactly. What does it say? We got like 3, but yeah, there's a lot more on here. It's ridiculous.
Well, I should count as 1. It's on my computer and I'm on my phone, so I mean, there's 1 right there.
And I'm on my computer and on my phone, so there we go. That's 2, you know?
And I think the way for them to discredit us, too, would be to lower the viewing.
Absolutely.
I haven't seen any of that, but I wouldn't put it past, Facebook, you know.
Oh yeah, I mean, I'm seeing it right now.
I'm seeing like 3, 4 people commenting, and there's 1 viewer.
They don't want us to become popular because if we become popular and we're talked about, then it's going to bring to attention all the things that they're doing wrong.
Either that or really just that really unpopular.
Yeah, but didn't
it could be our day, hey, you know?
Didn't before President Trump got sworn in, he said that when he would get sworn in, that he was going to come after us because
I hope he does.
That we were so-called terrorists.
Yeah.
I believe he did say that, you know. So I guess he's trying to work his way through Facebook to censor us, you know.
Well, he was okay with hacking as long as he thought the Russians were going after the DNC. That was okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, speaking of the Russian hack, you know, that really wasn't the one that they're blaming on the Russians. I've heard this from several people that wasn't even a hack. That was a data leak.
Yeah, that's not even a real story, honestly.
I know, it's fake news.
It's just, yeah. But see, I mean, the gist is though he's for hacking as long as it serves his purpose.
Yeah, no, I am getting this really weird pop-up on my phone. Why does everything on my phone want to tell where I'm at?
I've had that happen to me recently as well.
I know.
It's like I'm not even.
It's bizarre. It's actually,
it was like I wasn't even at that place, and you're telling me to check in at this place that I'm not even at. Like, really?
Okay, so I think one of our somebody here wanted to talk about the main island in Japan, building a militarization missiles, North Korea. Somebody here said that, right?
Well, there's already bases there. I mean,
well, I know there's one in the South China Sea, but I don't know what they're doing.
Didn't they just send a missile somewhere as well?
That's North Korea.
Yeah.
They shot 4 of them at one time.
I heard a pretty cool theory today. I've been busy watching documentaries all day for my free time. And back when we supposedly landed on the moon, the film NSA lost, supposedly. So the footage you now see of landing on the moon isn't actually the real footage, because they supposedly went back through tons and tons of information. They just don't know where it went. I mean, the credibility of them actually losing something, if they're supposed to be the NSA, that's just bullshit in my mind. But so it went on to talk about nuclear testing, how the craters on the moon, there was a plan in the 1960s. God, I wish it was like A119 or something. They wanted to test nuclear testing on the moon. And that's why they didn't want any, I think it was during the Cold War. They wanted to test it, but it was put a halt to it. But now with all the people wanting to travel to the moon, it's all questionable. So it brought up the Mars landing. Mars landing, somebody is myth busting it right now, because the footage from the Mars landing actually looks like the land in parts of North Carolina. So they're like, does Mars land look exactly like North Carolina? How is that? And the original footage from the landing on the moon, actually the buffering, once it was clear, the picture was cleared up, it actually showed a pyramid-like structure in the background, but they never wanted to release the original footage of the moon's landing for that reason. So was the original moon landing taken in a place like Egypt, where there are pyramids? I mean, it just brings a lot of questions to play. So if there isn't original footage anymore of the moon landing, then how do we even believe it?
Didn't the producer that so-called filmed the fake landing of the moon came out before he passed away and testified, stating that the landing wasn't even actually real?
Yep, I believe it. The fact that
the reason why I
NSA
believe it is
supposedly
because
lost
we
it
don't
is just...
even, when was the last time we went to the moon? Literally, when did we have a mission that we actually saw the moon?
I agree.
To me, it's
I agree.
just, if we really did go, come on, we would definitely have film. NASA has these so-called, telescopes, the Hubble telescope. We could see everything, and yet they're hiding something from us. Absolutely.
I was researching last night about quantum computers and how IBM is leading the way on developing in the next 5 years a quantum computer with the ability to process algorithms beyond anything that we can comprehend. And one of the things that IBM was stating in the blog that I was reading on their website was they want to be able to do this for several reasons as far as processing data. They try to label it as for road work and predictive road work that's necessary for development of countries, things like that. But they also mentioned it for space travel. So if they're wanting to do quantum computing for space travel, and as far as they've got is quantum clouds, then how did we get to space?
Yeah.
Well, you need the slide rule. All you need
saying.
the slide rule to get there. You don't need a computer necessarily.
Teleportation.
China already launched a quantum satellite last year. That's already out there. They're slowly letting you know, but it's already there.
Yeah, and IBM leading the way with the quantum computer. Like they're having issues as far as like the temperatures it needs to be dropped down to, things like that. So if they're not able to complete a quantum computer completely, and they're basically saying that's what's needed for so many different things, it makes me question, what have they been doing? Is it all based on assumptions? Because if their computer can't predict it, then it's based on an assumption from a person. And how credible is that person,
Yeah. Well, the AI part of it's missing. The technology is there, but the AI part of it.
Yeah, artificial intelligence has came a long, long ways over the last few years.
Yeah, they have one of those motherfuckers driving a car already.
They're doing testing for that actually here in Arizona. You get paid $17 an hour to actually drive. You're not physically in the car, but you have a car that you're responsible for driving, kind of like a video game. And they're testing it on the roadways.
No. I'm talking about they have this fucking machine, just like the RCMP is experimenting with the drug dogs. the AI ones.
Mhm.
So I believe that they're playing around with like, you know, like this T1000 like thing. It doesn't look like T1000, but they have the motherfucker already driving a car.
Yeah, that's crazy. And I mean, they're basically, again, it's kind of like the sci-fi movies that we had in the 90s. They're making it to where robots are what's used in replace of humans. They have kiosks going up in restaurants and grocery stores that basically replace humans. So I mean, for them it's cheaper labor-wise, but again, we basically have to fight for our jobs against robots in the near future.
Well, I think to them, they'll just
Oh
make
yeah,
a
they did
lot
that to
more
my job.
money.
No, seriously. Like when you talk about robots replacing your jobs, they did that. They're doing that to my job because like I had a really good job and now I'm a fucking like pizza boy and shit for like this major fucking company, right? Because I decided that heroin and methamphetamine was more important than working, and
Thug life, right?
yeah, thug life, right?
Yeah.
So I get this fucking email from my company, and I'm like thinking like they're not really doing this, right? So they have this like robot. They said they're calling it a pilot program that is going to be delivering food instead of us in high traffic areas. And I'm just like, well, I can think of like 10 problems with that.
It's the same thing with Amazon.
Well,
Amazon out here in Arizona.
Yeah. Me and the other guy are like, yeah, you've never been to the hood. Somebody's gonna steal that shit.
Yeah, Arizona. They have a lot of some of the best tech companies coming and starting their startups here because of the low cost of operation. And one of the things that Amazon launched out here was the drones delivering packages. Now, I'm half tempted to try it just to see the drone fly in and be like, oh my God, you know, like, but they're really doing it out in areas like Phoenix. Drones are delivering packages. Now, if I look up and I'm smoking weed and I see a drone delivering a package, I'm probably going to trip a little bit. I mean, that's something out of a sci-fi movie.
Yeah, for sure.
It's getting to that point. I mean, where they're delivering packages by drones. So, I mean, next thing you know, we have Jetsons cars.
That's awesome. I can't wait.
Yeah, I don't want to be flying in the air with you, James. Sorry.
There was close to almost about a year ago, I think, if not, or just about. They have that one Chinese board game, and it was like they had the robot from China that was actually playing this game, and it's like a very intense mathematical genius game, and the robot won against the human. So I mean, it's out there. I mean, I see it just progressing day by day, and this is why Bill Gates said that he wanted to tax the robots as well.
It's not just the way we purchase and we consume products anymore. For example, I have a 12-year-old right now, and my 12-year-old actually wants to learn coding, and he wants to learn artificial intelligence. And there's schools actually in Arizona as young as junior high now that if a child has the ability to keep his attendance high, their core standardized testings are high, they can actually get into these schools with no scholarship and start learning coding as early as 13 or 14 years old. So, I mean, the need for these computer jobs or the advancement of our basis of humanity now is going to be all on computers.
Well, all these corporations are also trying to hire all these so-called hackers. You know, that's what they're doing, and that's what they're. So that way, instead of going against them, you know, they're trying to get them while they're young. I'm assuming.
Mm-hmm.
To be a part of them rather than against, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and children like my youngest, he is all for it. For him, it started off with him wanting to learn how to make his own video game. That's how it started. 6 or 7 years old. I want to learn how to make my own apps. I want to learn how to make my own video games. And now as he's getting older, he's like, Mom, I want you to teach me coding. And I'm like, honey, you've got the wrong parent. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, and the schools are really nice for the kids, but again, they're breeding them into white hats.
Right. Yeah, see, mine's the total opposite. Mine is just like, I showed him some some scripts, and he's like, "What is that?" And I'm like, "It's coding." So then he's like, "No, Dad, I think I want to stick with being ocean biologist." I said, "Okay, fine. You want to be a shark biologist? Go ahead. That's fine. Whatever you want to do, you go ahead." But I'm happy with that.
Yeah, I'm gonna have one anarchist and one computer geek. I already feel it.
Yeah, well, I mean, me personally, I have one introvert and one extrovert, so it's like, Wolf, what's going on, man? You quiet back there? You echoing?
I think Wolf went off the show for a little bit.
Yeah, I think he did.
It's because of our two viewers.
Is it? No, I got 3.
How do you know?
3? Whoop whoop.
Yeah, and again, I'm 1, and I'm assuming you're the other, right?
Yeah, I'm 2.
Yeah, there we go.
But yeah, streaming the movie last night, or the documentary, what was that, Hacker Wars last night?
Yeah.
A lot of people seemed really, really interested. We got a few people that hit up the page wanting to know about New Blood, Op New Blood, and I did send out a group link to those that are interested. If you're interested in learning about Op New Blood, please do hit up the page. We're not going to publish the link, but we will send the link to people that are interested. It's up to you as an individual to join.
Yeah, Candace said she got one now, so she's laughing.
Yep. There's several different Op New Blood pages, and the one that we're going to be working with, it's an older group, and you've got people that are more experienced and that are there to help you learn, but not do it for you. We just want to make sure that people that are getting on the internet and are wanting to get involved know how to secure their Facebook page, know how to secure their computers, and know the basics of threats that are out there on the interwebs, like social engineering and phishing, and how to protect yourself and others that may be on your page from those kind of attacks.
Yeah, speaking of phishing, I was speaking to Tyler, and I'm like, look, in December, it's really weird because I had a notification from Facebook. They were like, unable to sign in due to security problems. It was like, first they were like, somebody tried to enter your password, which is called phishing, through a non-Facebook page. And then a couple sentences later, it was like, you can't get into your account for suspicious activity. And I'm like, what the hell is this?
That means you've been signing in from multiple IPs.
Different countries.
So that's what it was.
That's usually what they flag you for.
So running too many VPNs. Then they said, hey, you know what? We're gonna let you. We're gonna give you a 30-day ban. Nice.
Oh yeah. See, I try to like have my VPN set to where it changes very frequently, but sometimes when it changes VPNs, and unless you have a few running, I've noticed that it drops your data or drops your internet connection. So I mean, these are the kind of things that new bloods are going to ask. That once they start learning, even a lot of them don't even know what a VPN is. I see a lot of new blood coming.
Also with VPN services, you need to check if they're leaking too. Some of them are not up to par. You know what I mean?
I agree, yeah. And see, for me, as a new blood, I always Googled searched, or DuckDuckGo or whatever, and I would look to see, what are the best VPNs of 2017. Always look for a credible website. I look at Hacked Reads, or there's different tech blogs that I'll go to, and GitHub, James is saying. Yeah, there's different things that you can look up. And this is what we're looking to help people with. Because I see a lot of people coming into the scene of Anonymous with their whole family and everything exposed on their profile. And they're rolling with trolls that they have no idea what they're doing or who they're hanging out with, as far as the dangers that could be imposed by, if you say something wrong on somebody's thread, people will come after you, and you need to be prepared to handle those kind of things. The block button always works, but people have 20 accounts nowadays. You have to be prepared.
You can't block everybody now, as I found some of this.
No, that's another one.
I got a couple friends that are unblockable.
Yeah, I think that's absolutely ridiculous. That's like trying to play Facebook God or something.
You know, it's that ego
It
stating
is
I
that ego,
can.
man.
You know, it's that ego, and it's a big problem that we're having here lately as well. You know, it's people trying to
I
have the
had
bigger
a,
ego and seeing who's better than who, and it's like, look, nobody's better than nobody. We're all in
I
this
agree.
together. I mean, you know, I mean, let's drop the penis sizes for a second, guys, and let's just, let's work together and do these ops together, bigger ops, to where we're actually doing something, and not seeing whose head is bigger than the next.
I had a talk similar to this on a thread today, and our radio show, we're focusing on new bloods and activism and um, different topics as seen fit by people that are viewing if they mention something. But we want to make sure that everybody has the ability to reach out to somebody if they have a question. I'm not saying that older fags are not as in tune to helping newer people, but they're on a different level, and we can't always expect to be at the same level or tier as everybody else. And different skill levels, it takes time. And for me, for me, I like to be a teacher. I like to teach people. I like to network. We all have our own skills. And when new bloods come into the scene, we want to make sure that they're best matched for what they want to do. So they're not fed to the hate factory, or they're not fed to an op that's way above their skill level.
Or
And I'm not saying the hate factory is an op by any means.
you get that like a lot of my friends in the IT world, you get that imposter syndrome where like you don't know what you're doing, and you get hired on this job, and then then you spend like a day or two looking it up on Google.
I mean, you got some,
Yeah.
you do have some that, just constantly love to troll. I mean, granted, trolling's fun, but it does get tiresome. And not only that, but it's just, with these new bloods, it's like, why don't you, it's like they're scared to read. They don't understand to
It's true.
read anymore. And it's like they
Well, now they
want.
have computers that do it for them. Why should they actually grab a book? Or now you can take a PDF file on a reading device or an e-reader and still read it, but they're not wanting to research or do the research themselves. And that's why this whole Op New Blood project that we're going to be working on is going to be more of self-service. You have to learn to do it yourself. If you're not interested in doing it yourself, then I don't know what to tell you. You can't help those that don't want to
I
help.
mean, no, you can't. You can't. I mean, you can give them a hand, but we're not going to do it for them. I mean, that's just,
Exactly.
nobody did it for us. We had to learn ourselves. You guys got to learn yourselves as well. I mean, granted, if you see somebody in there and they constantly giving you, a hassle, leave that chat, or leave that group if you're not receiving the help that you need to be receiving. And not only that, but it's like, there's this big trust issue. Everybody's a fed.
Everybody's a fed.
Everybody's a
Everybody's a fed.
It's like, if I was speaking with a mutual friend, and I'm like, hey, just because I don't have 6,000 friends on my Facebook, I was called the fed, and I'm like, it's just getting ridiculous. I mean, we have to stop these accusations until we have proof. I mean, if you don't have any proof, then
I agree.
shut up. I mean,
I agree with verifying before you vilify, and I've been saying that since the gate. If you don't have proof of what you're talking about, then don't bother, because again, it's going to be based on credibility. Once you're in it for a while, then you can base it on your word, because people will know that either you already have the proof or you have it, you're going to get it. I mean, you can't even do it if you're going to get it. You have to know for a fact, because I personally won't put my word out there based on something that I don't know.
Absolutely. I mean, and these guys that I see, they're just like, oh, that's fake news. That's fake news. And then they'll post fake news, and they didn't actually research it, and it has no sources on it. But then, they're quick to call somebody a fed. And I mean, honestly, me personally, I don't even waste my time with that. I mean, that's just it's too petty for me. I got too much going on. I'm not going to waste my time, but I'm like, I just basically want to, like, it's like,
I'm going to put James on. Hold on one second, guys. Go ahead and talk for a little bit.
Hey, what's up, beautiful people?
Hey, what's up, James?
How's it going, guys?
So far, so good, man. How
Well, that's
about
cool.
yourself?
Pretty bored tonight. I broke my keyboard, spilled water all over it. Kind of upset.
Oh, nice move.
You guys still got that beast thing? I think Angela showed it to me.
Which one?
The beast.
Oh, the Beast. Oh. Wait, what are they talking about, man?
Listen to him. Find out what's going on.
What are you guys talking about? I need to know this.
Oh,
Are
we
you
were
talking
just.
about my computer?
No, no, no. Well, that was him just asking a random question, but we were basically just talking about we're like, you know, the new bloods. You know how they ask about wanting people, to break into Facebooks or, you know, they're not willing to do their own research anymore and actually try to write a program, or a script,
Yeah,
and it's
yeah.
just like, if they, oh, how can I join anonymous, and it's just like, dude, you just, they're so I
See,
mean,
here's the thing about joining an idea. Basically, the idea is already a part of you. People just don't know it yet. And for this new blood is that we're trying to like have them find out for themselves, hey, you don't need to do all this, like you're
right,
already there, you know what I mean? Like go help out a homeless man, or like go do something for your for your communities, because like
right.
that's where the actual change is at, bro. Like doing all this computer stuff. I mean, yeah, it's another way of doing things, but
I mean, that's just on
it's
another.
just going
That's the
to end
next
you in
level
jail.
shit. That's just the next level. I mean, if you want to grow and get there, it takes time. It's not going to happen overnight. Definitely not happen overnight.
Exactly.
And
Pick up those
it's like,
books, man.
right, pick up those books. We're not your parents. You know what I mean? We're not going to sit here and do your laundry and fold your clothes and make your
Yeah.
dinner. I mean, if you want to get into the idea and you really want to make a change, well, then that means it's time for you to grow up. Period.
Yeah. Yeah, there you go. Exactly. I always am the worst at like wording things out, because I'm just like I say things and it fucking hurts, you know what I'm saying? And like trying to get rid of all that.
Right. I mean, it's just like Steve said. I mean, I'm reading it here. He said it's in your soul. I mean, that's absolutely true. You,
Mm-hmm.
if it is you, and it's who you are, and your chakra is about love, and
Yeah.
you're working on meditations, and you feel like you're part of the earth, rather than you're actually looking, and feeling
Yeah.
what's around you, not just, best quote that I love that I saw the other day, it's like Bob Marley said, some people in the rain get wet, but some actually feel it,
Damn. That's
and
a
and
pretty
and and
powerful
and
quote,
and,
man.
and I mean, I had posted it, and I mean, yeah, that's powerful, because it's true. Some people, they're scared to get wet out in that rain rather than actually just feeling it and enjoying it on their skin. So,
Yeah.
it's like these, it's this Generation Y, I think it's called. Didn't they call it Generation Y? Like, why do they do what they do, or why do they even exist? Because it's like they want to get pampered. It's, what is it? The liberals, right? Isn't that what they call them? The liberal generation or whatever. It's just, they want everything and they don't want to work for it and they don't want to do anything. And I just totally disagree with it.
Mm-hmm. It's because they just don't want to like do the research on their own. They want us to say, "Hey, point and click." When it's like, dude, people who have like enjoyed that, they've done it for like tens and 20 fucking years. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, so for them to like have someone come up and go, "Hey, bro, show me how to point and click," they're not even going to waste their fucking time.
Right. And
They
I just,
want they want you to fucking step it up and be like, oh shit, it's all on me. So let me make the great decision and pick up a book.
right, right. I'm just tired of like reading my messages on a few of our pages, and And it's just like, hey, can you break into my girlfriend's Facebook? Right? Hey, can you break into my boyfriend's Facebook?
I don't give a
And,
shit about your
right, I
girlfriend, man.
don't care. I got
Or
my
your
own.
boyfriend. I don't care.
I got my own problems. I really don't need to sit here and try to help you do something which you have no business doing in the first place. If she's
And if you
cheating
feel
or
like
if
that,
he's
break up with
cheating
her.
and you feel it, right, leave her. Period. And if you're really that insecure, by all means, leave.
Yeah.
I've even like heard of guys, they get that basically the net nanny thing, and it's like that little hidden program that you can put on the Android devices so that they can monitor the text, so the texts are going somewhere else. I'm like, dude, I wouldn't waste that much fucking money if I knew some of that shit was going on. I'm like, dude, something ain't right, you're gone.
Yeah, but see, it's knowing when you're wrong and saying, "Hey, I'm sorry, my bad. Let's have another go at it." You know what I
Hey,
mean? But with
Candace.
this whole hacking Facebook thing, it's crazy.
Well, yeah,
Sorry,
and
James. I didn't mean to interrupt you, man. I
another
just
thing I
saw I
get is
saw I saw a friend of
Dog,
mine
go
just
ahead,
say
man.
hello, and I just
I see this sometimes, they think that anonymous is their personal like internet army, and it's like, bring us the information and we might start it off, but we're not for hire. We don't, you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. Anonymous isn't even real.
Exactly.
And we don't exist.
Awesome.
Okay, I'm gonna add James. He can't jack my thumb.
Right on. There you go. Get him on.
One sec.
Get him on. Steve said he wishes. Yeah, we're here. I'm just reading comments right now, man. Steve is just like, he said he wish he was here to get a way to get Weave on the show.
Oh, Weave. Yeah, like the Weave. That'd be awesome if he could do our broadcast.
That would be awesome, wouldn't it? And I'm over here and I'm just like dying laughing right now in my head. I'm just like, right on, Steve.
I don't even think he's on Facebook, dude. I think he's only on Twitter.
Yeah, that's one thing I don't even mess with. I don't know. Never have. I didn't find it to be any interesting to me, but
well, it's
I
like
don't know. I talked to a
156
buddy.
characters. It's like too limited for me, Like,
right.
Might as well just be sending text messages to each other. All right, so oh, you got what? She got kicked.
Still there.
Oh. I'm still on the call. Restart app.
Who knows? Maybe her phone dropped, huh?
Yeah, no, this like, the Google Hangouts is so buggy. It's like it has even like the applications. I never have updates. It'll create duplicate chat rooms. I've even thought about Skype, but then you're limited to like 6 or 8 people on Skype, and Skype is, I don't know. I'm not a big fan of Skype either. So
yeah, I say we just get into it and revamp it and make it better. I don't think they'll disagree with outsiders coming in and fixing their shit.
Yeah. I think I don't know. You've been hearing me moving around a lot. I think I threw away a $70 device on accident.
Oh, nice. You were just talking about, you were just talking about how poor you are, but then let's go ahead and throw away $70, right?
Yeah, I have this like handy because I do half of the show like in my car, and I threw away this like super mega battery pack. So I'm like, I don't know, man. I might be smart, but I'm fucking retarded.
Boom. There I am. Now let me rephrase the thing when I said anonymous isn't real, okay? Because I'm gonna get a lot of shit for it. It was like fucking James. Da, da, da. What I meant is that we're an idea. We're an idea to help you change yourself if you feel like that's what's wrong because you can't change a damn thing without changing yourself. Boom. Drops mic. What?
Yeah, there you go. You know, that's funny.
But that was like something. I don't know. We need to do something big again. Like something big.
Well, being on Facebook talking about it ain't gonna work.
No, absolutely not. And continuously posting it on our Facebook is absolutely not going to work.
Yeah, you need to go somewhere quiet in the shadows where dinosaurs hump each other. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, we'll go to the CRC, and then there's that one guy who's using the DDoS IRC botnet script, right?
I don't know what none of that is, man. I don't know what that is. I don't know what none of that means, man.
We were talking about the VPNs real quick. I wanna go back to it.
What does VPN even like? What does that even stand for?
Virtual private network.
Private network, yeah.
And what does that do?
So basically, a VPN is your computer. Well, there's a bunch of different protocols on the back end of a VPN, but in layman's terms, your computer is going to a server, and the server is dialing out wherever you want to go. And some servers will even go a little further than just masking your IP address. What it will do is it'll also not spit out your information about if you're checking, what kind of browser you're using. Some are really good, some are not. Some are not even worth your money. Some are really bad connections.
Well,
but basically, in a layman's term.
Hi, Tyler. Sorry, I had to say hi to Tyler. I'm sorry for cutting you off, bro. Go ahead.
So basically, a VPN is masking your IP by having another computer or another server dialing out using a different IP and sending the information back to you. Now, there is a couple of problems with that, okay?
Tyler, hold on real quick. Before you continue, please, I'd like to interrupt. That's not really layman terms. I could put it in a simpler term. A VPN basically will say that you're somewhere else where you're not. There you go.
There you go. Boom. I'm in China, but I'm really in Australia or some shit.
Guys, some VPNs will go that far, but there's other VPNs that it'll put you across the coast or up north or down south. It just all depends, And then, but go ahead, continue, please. Sorry, I just wanted to make it a little bit more,
Yeah, the problem with a lot of VPNs is they're monitoring traffic on the back end, and I don't know how far or how a lot of them are doing it. But what I do know is that a lot of people have been caught doing really funny stuff, like distributed denial of service attacks using a VPN, domestic bound, and then one subpoena to that IP. And what do you think the VPN's going to company? They're not going to protect your ass.
No.
So, yeah, they're going to give it up.
I mean, not only that, but also with some VPNs, I heard that they are collecting your information as well.
That's because you got the wrong one.
Some are good.
Well, that sucks for you if you do.
I've always been a big fan of using Tor network and Tor scripts, and there's a good one. I think you spit it out to me, and you're like, "That's not how you do it." Remember
the Cali for Tor, yeah.
Non-surf, yeah.
It
switches your IP address every 5 minutes or so using Tor. But there's also other ways. There's also ways of going around it. It's just a proxy chain using Tor. It makes it harder.
That's the better way. That's the better way is to use proxy chains through Tor, because everyone goes, "Oh, Tor's been infiltrated by the NSA." No. And I'm gonna tell you why. if there's a lot of there's like a lot of people that are like having this network, what's going to happen?
I don't know. Like I've heard stories, where exit nodes can be monitored. Anything can be really fucking monitored. You essentially, when you're using the Tor network, at least I think you're a little safer. I don't feel safe using VPNs.
I mean, a
Basically,
lot of VPNs slow you down tremendously.
Yeah.
And then you can't even see things, and I mean, you just got to do your research on it, and really look for a good one. One time I had a friend of mine tell me, Anon go, not what is it? Oh my God, what is it called? Ghost.
Yeah, don't. Yeah. Whoa. No.
Well, it was like it's a ghost VPN or something like that, and then
Ghostery.
No, it wasn't that. It's like this yellow Pac-Man looking ghost,
Yeah,
and then some VPNs will limit. Some VPNs will also limit you on the ports that you can use as well. So I mean, you gotta do your homework when you're looking at VPNs.
Yeah, but again, when you got these new bloods, they're just where it's like when you speak to them like that, it's common sense. It's common sense for us, but then they're just it's like calculus or differential equations to them.
A lot. You don't want to go on any.
Somebody's dying here.
Yeah, somebody breaking up, right? I hope it's
a digital breakup.
Somebody's digitally throwing up.
Yeah, just,
get a bucket for the bits.
I was like trying to, and I'm the dumbass over here trying to break it down and understand, and I couldn't understand the damn thing,
Yeah. Just open a book and read.
I mean, if you, there's tons of educational videos you guys can get, like on YouTube. If you're like me, who has extreme ADD, who has really hard time reading books and understanding the facts, and you're better off looking at visuals, or you're more of a hands-on learner, there are tons of sites you can go to get any IT knowledge, hacking knowledge is all out there,
Yep. You just gotta go and find it.
Nobody's gonna. There's no real easy way. There's no real easy app. You gotta learn it.
And DDoS is not hacking. Holy fuck! No,
it's not.
Please, no, it's not.
But I do gotta say, some of the DDoS programs do require some technical knowledge. And LOIC, it was great back in the day, but I'm sorry, up to today's standards. Especially with they have what is it, the DDoS protection and stuff going on. You guys are gonna need something bigger.
Cloud.
Yeah,
to the cloud.
Yeah. But now they got out these these IoT based DDoS programs where you can hit up 650 megabits. So like that just throws that shit in the water.
Jesus.
I gotta I'm gonna go again off topic here, man. Like I usually do at times, my mind just runs with a million things in my head. I guess that's my ADHD, I guess, who knows, but
that's intelligence, bro.
Thank you. But it's like, people can throw all these memes out there, and the memes are cool, but it's like, we'll post stuff, and we'll post things that you will actually have to read and understand, and it'll get a few likes, right? But then, you throw a meme up there with Rothschild or, something very simple, and it's like you'll get thousands,
a million likes,
a million likes, and it's like, and I'm just like, wow, so I mean, this generation, I don't know.
Well, no, it's more about the, that's the part, what I was talking about is that not only we got to do the memes, you got to put some action behind it. If you want to go after the Rothschilds, or you want to like start exposing it, start doing it.
Yeah, please do not make threats using the Anon name. It makes you look stupid.
Absolutely.
Yeah. No, you know what I'm saying? It's like,
yeah, we're anonymous.
So check this shit out. So I'm pretty sure nobody's ever protested at this place. You know, not only in my city that I live in, they also have, you know, a Federal Reserve Bank, and they have a Rothschild investment company. I can't even recount once that place has been protested. You know,
Because they're scared, man.
no, because nobody knows it's there.
Well, I don't know if they may
Really?
know it's there. It's just that they're too lazy to fucking go and actually, you know, protest.
But we could start fires and blow up cars and fucking be like
Beat up
extremely like,
Bank of America,
yeah.
you know, and
And let's
Starbucks.
fucking beat up pregnant chicks. Like, are you fucking serious? That is not the black bloc way. That is not the protest way. That is nothing have to do with anything. Like, if you see that shit, man, walk the other way.
Right. You know, and I also love, you know, when I see a fellow brother or sister, supposedly, you know, and they'll, you know, they preach all this knowledge, and then suddenly they'll post a Starbucks thing, and I'm just like, I'm like you're contradicting yourself, bud. You know, like really, do you even know how they get their coffee beans? You know, they use child labor. You know, and it's like it's funny but sickening at the same time for myself. You know. I don't know. What
Yeah,
the
I
hell can we
understand that.
do? I mean, what the hell can we do, right? I mean,
Let's hack the NSA. No, I'm just kidding. Don't believe me right now.
don't do that.
Let's hack the NSA. No, I'm just kidding. Don't believe me right now.
Yeah, see, two Tylers, right on.
I know, right? I am duplicate mode.
Yeah, you got a twin, right on.
Cloning.
Tylers are awesome, man.
Yeah, I thought
Which clone is it?
I thought they were only cloning cows, man. Now we're cloning.
Don't talk about
humans,
Project
too.
Mayhem.
Damn, Project Mayhem's pretty old, man.
So what's up? You know, I was reading when I was in the house. I'm outside now because I don't smoke in my house because my kids. But self-sufficiency. You know, I would like to hit a topic upon, you know, solar panels. You know, feeding communities. You know, like farming and gardening. You know, I think.
Oh, you mean like so basically you can fuck over the system by being self-sufficient in your own little way, you know?
I mean, I do know what in my state in Virginia, it's illegal to collect rainwater.
It's illegal to collect rainwater in most states, you know?
I mean, to me,
Wait, how is
that's
that illegal? Like, really?
Because
Like,
there
you're
was a
what?
guy it was like Minnesota.
even if we use it for our garden,
controlling the waterways.
Check this shit out. So there's a guy in, I think it was Minnesota or it was Oregon. I can't remember the exact state, but he had dug all these ponds to collect rainwater, and the government told him to like drain them, and he didn't, like 4 or 5 times, and they sent him to jail for like 9 months.
Wow,
we had
that's
something
Montana.
similar.
That's Joe Robertson.
Was it Minnesota?
Montana. Joe
Montana,
Robertson.
there you go.
Montana. Yeah, we had something
77-year-old Navy vet.
Yeah, we had something similar to where this couple was growing, instead of a yard, they put a garden. And the city was like, you have such and such many days to sit here and get rid of your garden. This is against city ordinance. And it was their house, their property, supposedly. But, you know, when you buy a house, it's not really yours anyways. You know what I mean? I mean, if they want, they can come in and take it and tell you what to do with it if it's not the standards of the city that you live in. I mean, to me, that's ridiculous. You know, I mean...
Used to be just front yards, but now they do people with backyards, same thing.
With
so
backyards as well.
Yeah, you can't have a garden.
You know, right. You know, and I mean, I do. I mean, hell with them. You know, I mean, because... I garden. I plant flowers for bees. I garden. I make, you know, I'm growing lettuce right now. You know, I'm about to plant tomatoes and upon other things. But, you know, I mean, fuck the system. That's what I say. I mean, I'm going to do it regardless. You know, I mean, that's just me, you know, and I'm not going to sit here and tell everybody else that they should do it too. You know, I mean, everybody's their own individual, they're their own person, you know, but for me and my belief, it's fuck the system, and I'm gonna feed my family. Buying organics, they make us sit here and spend all this money on this so-called organic food, but then it's like $2 for a bottle of water, but then 89 cents for a bottle of soda. Well, asshole, I don't drink soda, and nor do I like it. So, it's just those things that it's like they trying to. All right, I'm gonna go on a rampage. Sorry, I apologize. It's a touchy subject for me, man. Sorry, guys.
Well, yeah, no, being completely self-sufficient, is not only a good way to fuck the system, but it also, it helps the environment. You know, getting off the grid is a good idea. I've often seen, limitations with solar power. But there are some companies out there that you can get them cheaper, but they're not so cheap. Some have payment plans, but you end up getting fucked over on the interest. But I think it's like one, I think it's like 1 meter square of like one of those high end solar panels pumps out like, I think it's like 5 or 10 kilowatts, and an average home needs like 5 times that. So you're gonna need that. So it's gonna be like a couple $1,000, just to get it.
Well, I mean, it's not cheap to start. I mean, that's for
No, it's
sure.
not
I
cheap
mean,
to start.
it's not, but it's just a great investment. I mean, and if you don't have the money for it, then I mean, just start saving a little bit here, a little bit there. I mean, they used to say a penny saved is a penny earned. You know what I mean? And
yeah, you can go even further with those systems. Some of them you can actually have them if you have like so much electricity collecting into these solar systems. You can have the lithium ion rechargeable batteries. I think they even have the high end nickel cadmiums, which are cheaper, but you got to replace them so often. But the unused energy will be stored into these into these batteries. So at nighttime, when you're out there and you're using, your computer, your laptop, and the kids are, watching TV, you don't have to worry about, using up all your power that you.
that you're growing your weed with. No, let me stop.
No. So there was even this other company I saw that was even like way cooler than that. There's like this like weird ass system that you can put if you live near a river. There's just making it right now, or they've already have. I think they're selling it now. It's a turbine that you put in water. It's not that big. It only takes like 2 people to lift this thing. You put it in a river, and it pumps out like 12 kilowatts.
Yeah, I was sent the link that I got the link sent to me today by a friend, and I read it, and I thought it was pretty cool, But again, it's costly, and a lot of us don't have the funds. We have bills, we have families,
Well, no, you can make your own solar cells. It's just
well, that's where I was going. That's where I was going with it. We need to see if we can't get any brothers or sisters that are actual engineers that can build these things, and perhaps we can find a way to give it to people.
Well,
I mean,
essentially all you're going to need is copper, I think sodium bicarbonate, or is it barium, and you cook it onto the copper, and all you're going to need is some soldering irons and some glass and some wires, and then you have a solar cell right there. You've made
man,
for like
I'm
cheap.
bad, man. I'm terrible over here. I got a bad brain. I'm like, damn, what are you cooking, meth? I'm
No.
like, wow,
But I
you
mean,
need some lithium strips.
No, I'm just saying is that you I mean, they won't be like high powered like solar
Right.
cells.
No, I got you, man. I was, messing around.
Um,
So are you guys doing anything about the bee extinction or what, man? That's another thing that's on my brain. It's been on my brain for a while now, you know. Literally where I live, it's like the bees are ceased to exist, you know. It's like,
well, that's in direct relation to the Monsanto's corporation. Am I correct?
correct.
Yeah, and so what the Monsanto's corporation wanted to do is they wanted to genetically alter um, ants so that they could do the exact same thing that um, the bees were doing, and I believe that there are certain breeds of ants that will fly. There's like one in every like 100,000 ants that will actually have wings and they can fly around. So they want to genetically alter these things so that they can do the same thing, like crossbreed ants with bee DNA, and they want to like make like a hybrid so that they will do this exact same thing. But I'm like, you're messing around with like nature's natural code.
Yeah, they want to play they want to
Who
play they
knows
want to
what
play
kind of
the
fucking
so-called
beef? Yeah,
God
you're gonna end up with
role,
like
you know.
Mimic or something. You remember that movie Mimic?
Yeah. Yeah, let's poison the food, you know, let's kill off nature and let's create some monstrosity, you know.
Yeah.
It'll be better for us.
They have GMO salmon now. They're releasing that.
Yeah,
GMO
Oh yeah,
mosquitoes.
they have
they
already
got
released it.
approved. They
I
are
mean,
they approved that the genetically modified salmon so that they would wasn't it so that they could breed faster or something like that?
Yeah, it's huge. It's like 3 or 4 times bigger than a normal salmon.
well, it's just like the chickens. If you look at the chickens, you know, compared to the 1930s to now, you know, it's like it's insane. Yeah, you
Now that
know.
is something. Now that's something that I have heard a lot about. Not necessarily the genetically modified chicken, but the conditions that the chickens are in and the cows in these major big farms. Why? It's seriously it's disgusting. I'm not like a vegetarian or nothing, but honestly, it's like they'll cram as many as they can into like a box.
Yeah, and I even saw an episode to where they're making the Chinese people were creating plastic rice.
I did
You
see something on that.
did you see that? I was just like, I don't know, I was mind blown. I was mind blown.
But it's like the GMO wheats and that's killing the bees mess with the flowers and the grains. So
I thought it was.
that's where
I thought it was
it's the
related.
GMO.
I thought it was related. The bee population dying was due to their
They're spraying.
aerosol spraying.
Right. That's what I thought.
Roundup.
Well,
Yeah, Roundup.
Roundup's another one. You know, it's I'll go to my local hardware store, you know, and I'll pick up paint, or if I'm doing something around the house, and I just see everybody picking up Roundup, and every time I see it, I just tell them, you do know you can use vinegar and water. You know, I mean, there's natural remedies, you know, home remedies that you can use rather than buying these chemicals that is just poisoning everything around us. And they'll just look at me like, some of them will look at me like I'm crazy, and then some of them will be like, oh really, you know, do you have the recipe? And I'll be like, yeah. And I'll give it to them, you know, and I'll tell them, and they're like, thank you. But of course, you know, 95% of them, you know, the sheeple, you know, will just look at me like I'm insane or something. I'm just like, yeah, okay, later, you know. I tried my good deed for the day, but apparently you don't want to listen to me. So have a nice day.
What?
But yeah, the march is coming up soon too.
Oh yeah, the March for Monsantos.
Yeah.
You guys in the inner cities, yes, you do have. I live in one. There are Monsanto's divisions in your cities, some
Yep.
cities. In my city, we do have one. I believe the march here is coming up in May, if I'm not. I think that's when we go. Isn't it nationwide?
It is.
Yeah. There was some. Not. I think it was like last year. Some activists burned down one of their facilities in France.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, good for them.
Absolutely, right on. Yeah, we just got to get out there and let them know, this is ridiculous, and the poisoning of our families and our children and the earth, with the chemicals that they're using, it's unacceptable,
Oh,
and
what's even worse is that nobody even caught. There's other businesses doing the exact same fucking thing. Now, I caught onto this video and I totally fucking believe it. All right, it was Wheaties, or it was Kellogg's Frosted Flakes, or it was something like that.
No, it was
Yeah.
Cheerios.
No. It was this guy. He said that Wheaties or the Frosted Flakes, whatever the fuck it was from this one brand.
It was
And
Cheerios.
It was the magnetic. It was magnetic, right? Yeah. And so, and people are like, no, it can't be magnetic. And I'm like, yes, it can. If you've ever worked in like a facility or a place that processes stuff, that means that, check this out. This is disgusting, right? So the gears that are moving the pieces, to munch down or press the food into like a, into where it's, especially with Cheerios, it has to be pressed into that shape.
Right.
So, metal shavings are getting into the food. That's essentially what's happening. That can't be fucking healthy.
No, absolutely not. I was talking to a friend of mine, not about food, but he was talking to me. He's like, hey, Aaron, man, I'm very. He lives in the Bronx in New York, and he was talking to me about the water contamination. It's not only in Flint as well. We have other big cities that are having problem with lead, and his children were getting literally sick, and they couldn't figure out why, and he took them out of the school and started homeschooling them, and the principal of that school that he took them out of basically called Child Protective Services and was worried about the welfare of his children. And he's like, look, we had the water tested, it came back fucked up, and you guys are not doing anything, or you don't have the funds to fix it, and I'm worried about my child's welfare, and you want to sit here and tell me that I'm neglecting my children because I'm not putting them in a state-run program to where you're brainwashing my children? And I was just like,
yeah, it's pretty sad that the government even has that kind of power to take away your kids or deem you an unfit parent and take you away. Now, no, don't get me wrong, okay? There probably are some really, really, really bad cases where the kids should be really taken away from
no,
parents.
absolutely.
Now,
yeah, absolutely.
but I used to work with drug addicted parents in the CPS system that were, I've dealt with these people, how should I say it? How should I say this nicely? Because I know kids in the system. Sometimes, and I hate to say this, okay, sometimes the kids are better off with a drug addicted parent than being into the foster system, because they have all of these because I've worked with that population as well. They have all of these parental issues,
right?
But that's why the CPS was sending the parents to the drug and alcohol facilities to get them the help that they need. But if they don't get the help, then they take away the kids. So it's like a double-edged sword.
Right, because if you can't afford to pay for the class that you need to get into, it's like,
oh yeah, like I would have the parents come into my fucking office and reeking of booze, telling me that they don't have a drug and alcohol problem. I'm telling them that the results, but I'm like, man, you've blown 0.20. It's 2 o'clock in the afternoon. You're talking perfectly normal, and most people by a 0.2 would be slurring their words a little bit,
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And I'm
Yeah.
like, don't tell me you don't got a drinking problem, because I know when to see when I see it, and they won't deny it to hell, and I'd be like, look, dude, I can't protect you when you walk out that door when CPS comes and takes away your kids, like, I try.
I mean, that's all we can do. That's all we can do is try. But I mean, what it really boils down to is the selfishness. People have to get over being selfish. Because being selfish doesn't pay off for anything. The fact of caring for others and doing for others first and having empathy is the key to happiness. Well, at least in my eyes, though. I just love to give. I love to care, and that's it. But everybody's not like me. So.
Well, yeah, the state's not going to give you empathy if you have a drug and alcohol problem and you have kids. Now, here's even the worst part, right? So let's say you're like, you smoke some weed, you did some cocaine, okay, and you're pregnant. It does happen. It happens a
Right.
lot more. It
No,
happens all.
absolutely.
Okay, to our viewers, it happens a lot more often than you would want to know.
Well,
all right?
not as much cocaine anymore, but more heroin nowadays.
Oh, no.
because of
You'd be
opiate
surprised.
problems.
The cocaine still, with the cocaine addicted, parents, in the pregnant mother thing, that still goes on, dude.
Right.
It's. I'm just saying is that, we live in a fucked up world where they'll do a drug test after you have your kid, and then the state or the social worker will come in and deem whether you are fit to be a parent and take your infant kid away from you. So I don't understand a world where I don't know, like, you take away the kid, but in actuality what you should be doing is helping out the parent and probably giving the kid to, like, somebody else in the family, so
Right.
she can get some help.
Yeah, like the grandparents or something like that. That's
Yeah,
what
so
they
she
do.
gets some help, so she gets her head on straight.
And I mean, speaking upon CPS, because that's another big issue we have.
Yeah.
It's like I know so many friends that their kids got taken away from them. Great people, and child support, man. These cities like rape individuals with child support. I mean, if you even make like $10 an hour, $10 an hour, and they're literally basically taking all of your money, and it's like, how do you expect a grown man or a grown woman to survive? I mean, first of all, it's hard enough to survive. One person could not even rent a place making $10 an hour nowadays. I mean, the shit is ridiculous, and then let alone you make that amount of money and they're taking $900 or $1,200 of your money a month, and if you don't pay it, well, guess what? We're putting you in jail. Well, if you put me in jail, how in the hell am I going to pay the money? And what and I am the parent of the child or the children. Now you're taking me away from my child or my children. Now
That's
who's
why.
the ass?
Yeah, that's why. I've known several people, who have dealt with the same issue. It's better to have some sort of like written agreement and not go to the courts and kind of have it semi-official.
Well, yeah,
and
but
then
not
it goes
everybody
to the
works
courts.
that way, Tyler. You know that.
Yeah, I
right?
know.
I mean,
You'll
we
have two
got
parents that are at each other's throat, and one wants to get back, and the other one's
right.
pocketbook.
They want to,
Yeah.
and not only at the pocketbook, but they just want revenge. They have that hatred in their heart, and they're not happy with themselves. Rather than sitting here saying, "Hey, look, we're parents. We're parents to our children, and I do want you in their life." I just that really hits a soft spot to me. I mean,
Well, how many parents do you have that have gone to jail for not paying their child support? I've known tons.
Yeah, me too. I've known quite a few. So then they get backed up in child support more, and then they have the bill of being in jail or prison. And it's like, okay, so it's a continuously 360 revolving door for us to continuously be in debt to these cocksuckers, these parasites. Yeah, that's another soft subject. Sorry.
What'd you say? Sorry, I was watching.
No, you're good. I was like, that's another soft subject.
What?
I hate to see. I mean,
Well, we
because
do have several ops going on right now. You know, we don't have one on child support. We do have ops CPS.
yeah, I'm CPS, absolutely.
Yeah. And you know, there is a dirty little side to the CPS world where the kids are getting
Abused.
yes, sexually and
sexually
physically.
and physically abused, and
That's
let's
why
not
I'm
forget.
always saying. That's why I'm
Well,
saying.
let's
You know,
not forget mental too, because
that's why I'm
mental is
saying
a
that
big part as
they're off.
well.
These kids that are often better with the parent who can barely hang
Right.
than it is to put them in that.
No, I
But
mean,
then,
I
but
completely understood what you were saying. I
yeah,
mean, I didn't take it in the wrong context
yeah.
at all. You know what I mean? I completely understand. You know, but yeah, we definitely have some ops out there that some great ops, you know, of individuals that put a lot of their time into the CPS system, you
You know,
know, and
I get disturbed. I really do. Like because you always hear about those pedophilia cases. Like what kind of individual wants to protect the kid? You know, it just weirds me the fuck out. The whole fucking system, the whole welfare system, the whole the whole child protective services system. I don't know, and it hasn't been around for that long, right? It's in the last 100 years.
right.
Yeah. And I believe it was the Clintons that brought it. That you know, now when your kids are with Child Protective Services, they are technically property of the state. Am I right?
But I think once we're all born, we're all property.
Well, that is true. You got your birth certificate, and let's go back to the straw man theory. All right. So when you're born, there's a you and an artificial you, and all of your letters on your birth certificate are all in caps letters because that is the straw man you.
The straw man, you exactly.
Hey kids, I'll stream that straw man video. You'll know what I'm talking about. Then you'll learn what legalese is.
Exactly.
You're a commodity.
Yeah, basically, yeah. So basically,
exactly
yeah, when you're
what
born,
you are.
when you're born, right, in any
You're
country,
collateral.
and this is all related to the central banking system. This is how weird it is. So when you're born, you get this birth certificate, and it's all written in caps letters. Now that's what we call in the legal world the artificial you or the straw man. Now that birth certificate is a guarantee that you will pay the interest, you will pay IRS, and you will pay taxes. It's a guarantee that you will pay the interest that the government has loaned from the central banks. And
to other countries.
I'm not joking.
I mean, isn't that fucked up? I mean, I'm laughing, but it's not fucking funny. I mean,
true.
Literally, you know,
it's
it is
true.
true.
And
it is
birth
true.
certificates,
We're paying debt as soon as we're born to other countries.
Yeah, birth certificates weren't even required until, what was it, the creation of the FDIC? Was it like the 1929, 1930, somewhere around there? And before that, you only had to write it down in a ledger for your for the time of birth and the time of death. That was it.
They, you know, these guys, man, you know, as much as I hate them, you know, I gotta say they've definitely played their chess pieces correctly. Yeah, you know, and it's like they're always trying to figure something out just to put us all in the
To
game.
dehumanize.
Yeah, to dehumanize us. You know,
Didn't certificates of live birth were only given to ships? Am I correct? Before they institutionalized that.
Well, I think it was like in the 1930s, if I'm
No,
not mistaken.
this goes back to certificates and licensing. The only thing that it had applied to was ships for hundreds of years.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, you have to have manifest anytime you're in shipping. So there's always that concern. You know, that always was.
I believe it was
when you pull into port. What are you carrying? How much you got?
Mm-hmm.
Et cetera.
You know, I just say let's all get together, get some land, and create a bartering living system. You know, self-sustaining society. And if the government comes in, we'll just bob wire everything. Let me stop.
But you can't even legally do that.
No,
Yeah, that
because
yeah, no, well, now that's you're fortifying and barricading. That's enhanced charges
No,
now.
no, 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 no,
Yeah.
no. Joe, check this shit out. So it's actually technically illegal to disengage yourself from society.
well,
It
yeah. I
really
mean,
is.
there was a case in North Carolina. A guy, he owned his land. He owned land. He was a veteran, and he was collecting rainwater and supplying his own electricity. And basically, they was going to arrest him if he didn't have real electricity from an electrical company. And I'm just like,
Yeah, they force you to maintain connection now. In the city, if you don't, then you're trying off the grid. You can't do it. You have to you maintain a connection, or else they come after you or what they call it, condemn your property and so forth.
right.
Wasn't there that lady like up in Washington? She was doing something with her wastewater and refused to pay the city sewer hookup fee, and they put her in prison too.
Yeah, I've never personally heard of that one. But if she wanted to use that type of water, she could use it for her garden or her plants
I
as
think she was using.
fertilizer.
I think she was using it for fertilizer.
Right, right.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. And I mean, that's what's wrong with that. I mean, to some it would be considered nasty, but she's using her natural resources. I mean, if you can do it, do it, I mean, hell with it. But yeah, it's they want us connected, and if we're not paying, then they're losing money, and they feel threatened, and they're gonna do everything in their might to arrest us and to stop us to doing what we've done since the beginning of time. I mean, until
There's you hit on another subject that I've been very passionate about, for the longest time, is that America has more people in prison than any other country in the world.
yeah,
Any
but
other country.
and guess what? We're the land of the free. Fuck out of here.
And did you know that like 50% of the jails are for profit? I am
Oh
not
yeah,
joking. I am
yeah.
not joking. So there is money to be made on incarceration. And the problem is that when you incarcerate these people through negative reinforcement, you aren't teaching them anything about how they got into the same fucked up situation they got in before.
No,
It's
and
absolute fucking bullshit. Like,
and
if you
check
really
this
want to
out.
if you want to really
Do you
help a
know
problem,
they pay for their food as well? Every meal that you receive in the system, you're paying for, and you get charged for.
yeah.
So you get charged for room and board and food.
Well, it would make logical sense if you had intensive psychotherapy on like the real problem makers, the guys who like, destroy buildings, beat their wives, do the real bad shit.
Well, I mean,
And
most of these prison systems are privatized anyways.
yeah, it's like
we have a couple state-run ones, but most of them here in America are privatized companies.
Okay, you any of you guys ever been locked up before?
Plead the fifth.
Okay, all right.
No,
So have
yeah,
you ever
yeah,
tried
I
to fill out? Have
Yes,
you
I
ever
have.
tried to fill out a pink slip if you had some like real psychiatric issues or you had something? How hard was it for you to get one of those slips to get the help?
All right.
Yeah,
we
weeks.
would get these. Yeah, definitely. If we filled out a slip, and we put it in. Yeah, it would definitely take weeks, and then you would have to fight, and you would have to contact an outside doctor. You would have to, have your own envelopes, your own paper, your own pen to write your outside doctor to write a letter stating, "Hey, look, this guy is diagnosed, or this female is diagnosed with this problem, and they definitely need to be on meds." But again, it all boils down to money, and everything. Your commissary in the prison system it's just
It's marked up, dude. You like one top ramen in inside, right? no, will cost you anywhere between $1.75.
Right.
One top ramen.
Right, and if we're free, we pay what is it? And it used to be 10 cents. Now it's like 25 cents or something like
Something
that.
like
I don't
that.
know. Yeah. So I mean, yeah, it's a definitely big markup, and it's a shame. It really is because a lot of individuals just don't have the income or they don't have the family to support them when it comes to being there for them, and most of them, a lot of them get forgot about. Go
Yep.
ahead.
Especially when you're doing hard time. Yeah.
And it's just like, wow.
That goes back to something I was talking about is, what they should do is, they should just legalize. Sorry, I hate to say this again, just legalize the narcotics and just spend the money on you spend the money on getting the help,
Yeah, I mean, look, Amsterdam's doing it, Spain's
Well,
doing it. I
you can't. I
mean,
mean, it's
Portugal's doing it.
it's almost as though the law system. And I was arguing this with criminal justice. I feed the homeless on Mondays, and so one of the volunteers was from this college, and she was giving me criminal justice thing, and I told her that I used to work with the prison population and all these, and people strung out on drugs, and she didn't understand my argument, and I said, it is unethical to arrest now hands down. Okay, drugs by law are illegal, right? Most of them, right?
Right.
So, but it doesn't make sense to me, and it doesn't make sense to a lot of psychologists, in the PhDs. I'm not a PhD, but I do have a,
You have a degree. Yeah, there you go.
I have one of those licenses out there, CADC.
Right.
And so what doesn't make sense to me is that the people who make up the insurance codes, okay, there is a diagnosis, okay, an ICD-10 code, all right, for almost every affliction of drug and alcohol substance abuse. Now, it's diagnosed as a mental illness, okay? So when you arrest a crackhead, okay, and you don't get him the help, or you arrest a heroin addict or an alcoholic, you let them out of jail, 9 times out of 10, they're going to do the exact same stuff that they did before.
Right.
And I'm like, so you get these repeat offenders who've been in jail like 40, 50 fucking times, they'll fail drug tests on the parole and probation, and then the courts will argue, yeah, well, we offer the drug and alcohol problems. Well, that's not the fucking case. What is the reality of them offering the drug and alcohol rehabilitation is that they can't have violent offenses in a lot of the states.
Yep.
That's a double-edged sword, because when you're dealing with drug and alcohol problems, all right, you're going to get some violent charges. That's just the reality of it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's almost as though they don't want you to get the fucking help that they need. And what really needs to happen is the legalization. Stop making it a crime to have a mental illness. Now, the drugs that's something society is going to have to decide on, but it doesn't make sense for the constant incarceration because you have a fucking problem.
Well, that just that goes down to continuously being in debt, and either they want you in debt or they're just depopulizing us. They want us to have these OD cases where individuals accidentally overdose and die and if you don't, then they want you to sit here and continuously pay money.
Yeah, that always makes me suspicious. When I hear about it, when fentanyl hits the streets, because like fentanyl isn't like an easy substance to make. It's made from this one alkaloid from the stem of the poppy plant. It's in very, very, very small amounts, and you got to like synthesize it.
Right.
So I think it's the same precursor as oxycodone. And the problem is like I've only traced back like one fucking source for it, and but they were boasting, the world and this and that, and they're based out of China. But it always makes me suspicious where you get like a city, right, and you'll hear like everybody flopping and dying. Like I think last year in my city we had 177 people die because there was fentanyl in the heroin. You know, like, and it's like it almost makes you think twice. Like is somebody doing it on purpose? I mean, it may because
Oh,
like
absolutely,
it's not like an
absolutely
easy
doing it.
Sure they
substance.
are.
It's not an easy substance to like make. You got to get the raw ingredients. From a natural source, and there's got to be some sort of like huge underground market for it.
Yeah, and isn't
That ain't
Pfi
coming from.
isn't
That
doesn't
wasn't somebody.
Pfizer
Go ahead.
Pfizer the pharmaceutical company? They're based out of Israel, aren't they?
They're all over the place.
Yeah, but I mean
I
they're
want to
the
say it's
main.
European.
I'm pretty sure Pfizer is Jew, if I'm not mistaken. It's from Israel. I, I could be wrong, but I mean we have a lot of these pharmaceutical companies, that are out of Israel, and it's like it just really pisses me off because it just one hand washes the other, and it's like what you guys are doing over there, you're stealing land, you're killing innocents, and we just we again, like I was saying earlier, it's about selfishness, and we need to stop the selfishness and really think about the bigger picture, and if we can do it as a whole, we can make a difference. If everybody will just stop being selfish and stop buying these products and find out what manufacturers, you know, who we're buying from, and stop making them money, and it's like that's the only way that I see, that they'll really pay attention is when we hit their pockets.
True. That is true.
Oh, I mean, no, that's the way I see it. But again, I think different than a lot of other people too. Some people are, and then you got your people. Well, I'm diagnosed with this. I mean, I've talked to friends in the UK. I've talked to friends, and I got family in Europe. In Germany, and it's like your doctor is your neighborhood legal drug dealer. You know,
Pretty
but
much.
but
Yeah.
then but then as
You
soon
ever met
as
those? You ever
you
met those? Sorry, me being an addict, but you ever met those drug dealers that also sell the antibiotics as well?
yeah, and it's just it's just it's crazy. It really is. But we just let's not. We should not let it get to our heads and say, well, I have this problem. I mean, it may not be what you're looking for, but nature is a cure. And if we just sit there and just sit by a tree or take a walk, and get fresh air and breathe and just concentrate on that, the mind is a very powerful thing, and a lot of individuals don't realize how strong they really are. They feel weak, they feel beaten, they feel used, some are abused, and we all go through things. Every individual goes through their own problems, and it's just we have to learn to be happy with ourselves and accept ourselves for who we are. And if people can do that, man, you'll be surprised, what we can overcome, you know.
Hello.
Ah,
I hear
there
you.
we go. Did I cut out?
No, no,
Did
no.
I?
I was checking the feed.
Oh, is that what you were doing? Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah. I was like, all right, I'm talking to myself. Awesome. Now I'm feeling kind of weird here, but thank you.
Welcome
You
to
know,
Tyler's
but
world.
welcome to Tyler's world, huh? Yeah, well, they say, what are they? I think I read something. They did a study. If you talk to yourself, that means you're very highly intellectual.
That's what they tell you. That's what they
Yeah.
all tell you.
I'm like, damn, I need to start talking to myself more.
It kind of freaks out other people, though.
So,
It's not.
Preston, what's up, Preston? We haven't heard much from you, man. You've been in the background. What's going on? What's on your mind, bud?
Oh, what's on my mind? Oh my.
I mean, Vault 7. You got something you want to talk about? You want to go back to
No,
the
I
Vault
want to.
7, or what do you want to focus
I'd
on
like to
now, bud?
find out more. As soon as more comes
Yeah, I
out on
mean, I
that,
mean,
see
it just
exactly
came
what they're
out.
doing.
It did just come out today, and it's some serious shit, man. It really is.
Well, they
Uh,
admit they had over 1,000 in the CIA hacking squad, just cranking out malware and hacking, and I mean, it's quite a crew.
I mean, that's what I was telling Rose earlier. They're they're starting off young. More than likely, I haven't heard it from where I live, but apparently it's where she's at. And it's like they're trying to reach the young quick. I mean, I know out here in my kids' school that if they talk anything about off, like from what they learned, and like say, in school they teach you Benjamin Franklin is the one who created energy, light, whatever. And I laugh and I taught my kids, no, it was Tesla. Benjamin Franklin stole it from Tesla, and then but I tell my kids, it's like I have to be careful, and I'm thankful that my kids are really that smart that, don't go and try to argue with your teacher,
I think you were talking about Thomas Edison and Nikola Tesla.
Well, thank you.
Oh,
Thank
Nikola
you.
Tesla is a badass, man. I love that guy, bro.
Thank you. It's late where I'm at, so I'm a little tired. I'm usually in bed like 3 hours ago, so excuse me. But
No
yeah,
worries.
thank you for correcting me. But it's just I feel bad that I try to teach my kids the truth, from the lies that their school teaches them. But their schools are government ran programs, and
Yes.
these teachers have these guidelines that they, if they don't follow, they're going to lose their job. So I mean, what are they going to do? Some teachers will go out of the way and say a few things, but most of them, they follow the flock, and they do what they do. Why? Because I need this job. They think, I need this job. I need to make this money. Money's a fucking illusion. I mean,
Uh-huh.
but I mean, not only that, but then if you take a tent and you go out in the tent in the woods or whatever, you know, it's like then the cops want to go and harass you for going living on the land. I mean, it's just very frustrating. It really is. So, like I said, I'm just very thankful my children are smart enough to sit there and do well in school. I mean, not excellent, but well enough and to where I'm happy, but yet take the knowledge that I give them, and I just wish they read more. They used to read more when they were younger. Now they don't read for nothing. They want to play Grand Theft Auto and Infinite Warfare, and I'm like,
That
guys,
movie, that game is so gay now, dude. Call of Duty just lost every credibility that they had with me.
right. I mean, it is what it is, but you want to play for a little bit, fine. But, to me, go outside, enjoy air, pick up a
Yeah.
book, and I guess it's up on I guess it's up to us as parents as well, saying, hey, come on, let's go to the library. Come on, let's go to a bookstore, I did do that before. I have done it before. But, when you're a single parent, and you're working, 10 hours a day, and then you got to come home and you got to cook and you got to clean and make sure they're doing their homework and their showers. It's a little frustrating, it really is. I wish I could do more. I wish there was two of me. You know, if there was two of me, I'd be perfect. You know, but
Can I ask a question?
yeah, what's up?
Sorry to like throw off the convo title and the subject of it, but
No,
can
go
we
ahead. You're
talk
good.
about can we talk about the brand new documentary? Well, it's not really brand new. It was released last year, and it's called Zero Day. And what it's basically about is the Stuxnet malware virus, and all that stuff that happened in Iran and stuff like that. Just want to talk a little bit about that stuff because I don't really hear about it at all.
I
Well, no,
have.
I mean, I've heard a little bit of it. I haven't heard much, and I don't know
Yeah, it's
much.
what the Israeli Secret Service invented a virus that was essentially would shut down a nuclear facility, and
Yes,
yeah, and it was called Stuxnet,
yes.
and it was this was the thing, and this was the really weird shit. So Iranian scientists were going to different countries, and lo and behold, they were ending up in these weird organizations. But what they were doing is they were luring them in with prostitutes, right? And then
Yes,
they would,
yes.
yeah, seriously, like, and they would end up like, like it would be like sewer gas or it would be an explosion. But these guys were like nuclear scientists, and they were working on the Iranian nuclear facilities. And then the
Uh-huh.
Israeli, what do they call the Makkah? Am I right?
Yeah.
Mossad.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. The Makkah, I think it's the Makkah, or I think that's what they're called. And they're a little
It's
bit more.
Mossad. Yeah, it's
Uh,
Mossad. And the people that created that, I heard that they got assassinated. Is that true?
the
No, those
scientists?
people have been. Oh no, that organization has been around for like, like since the 70s, 60s. I'm almost positive in Israel.
Yeah.
Very
Yeah,
They're
they specialize in TNT, which stands for
yes.
terrorism and technology. You know what I mean? So it's understandable. And the piece of code that is actually coded for this virus, there's no bugs in it, and there's like 20 lines of like different like code, and each like specific code does a specific thing, and it's pretty fucking cool. It's
Right.
pretty cool to be honest, but not how the actions that it was made up for is cool, but the whole thing of how it was programmed and coded, that part was pretty sick.
It was the Israelis who made it, right?
Yeah, it was, and
But they were
and
also
it is said,
collaborating with our intelligence agency to create that virus.
yep,
If I'm not wrong. Yep.
yeah, and the people that were investigating that virus came out of Santa Barbara, and like they were a month in it, and they didn't know what the fuck to do. Like, how do you got all of these tech guys and you don't know what to do with it?
I don't know. I mean, like, essentially, it was designed to be like uploaded on a because I think that the nuclear facility that they had was all it wasn't like they didn't have any like open connections. So what they had to do is they had to get a worker to go in and use the USB stick and upload it into the system. Am I
Yeah.
wrong? Yeah,
No, you're not. Yes, you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it had to be a small.
You've watched it, didn't you?
Well, no, I know some people.
You
Yeah,
watched it because that's
No,
what
I
they
know.
said in the
No, seriously.
documentary. I'm watching it
I
right
know some people in the IT
now.
world that
out,
are,
James.
they're
Good
like,
call out,
I'd be like,
James. I
yeah,
like
what's the
that.
coolest
Good
virus
call
you
out.
ever like heard about?
Keep it
One of
real,
my guy
brother.
always talks about is Stuxnet, and there was this other one called
Zero day too, because
no, there was
each
a worse
website.
virus. Yeah, there was another virus, and it managed to shut down an electrical
It's
company.
actually called. Yeah, go ahead. My bad.
What was that? Do you know?
Dog's
I don't
barking.
know. Yeah, I don't know what that one was called though.
Sorry, I had to shut my dog up.
I don't know. I know a little bit about a lot of stuff.
Yeah, surprisingly, everybody knows something. But see,
Well,
but I
hopefully,
mean, like, it's just like fascinated, like how they like combine their intelligence to go out of that way, but we're actually stuck on a privacy right thing, and we've actually been stuck at that phase on try to get everything private when they combine stuff and they make shit like this. Like, what the fuck?
Hello.
You're there.
No, I heard the dog answering.
Yeah, she's being a bitch. Come here. Come here now. Let me put this on mute.
Well, I don't know. Like, I mean, like, if the Iranians, I don't know. Like, you gotta look at it both ways. Like, I mean, like, yeah, yeah, they have like a nuclear facility. What right does our government have to like say that, you know, or any government have to say that they can't make a nuclear facility? But knowing full well what you can do, you know, from refining the uranium and eventually what you can make afterwards is the beginnings of what you would see in a nuclear program and nuclear bombs, and you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, dude. I mean, it's
Yeah.
pretty fucking like pretty. I'm sorry, I cuss a lot, dude. I have a sailor's mouth, bro.
Yeah, no
But
worries.
it's just like amazing though, dude. Like each code has like a different bug in it, except Stuxnet.
You know, when it comes to the Israelis and their
Fuck
hacking
them.
capabilities, they are, I don't know, from what I've heard from their military hacking applications, they're like 20 steps ahead of us. You know, they have
I don't
these
believe that.
viruses that will be in systems, and all they're doing is they're mining data, and nobody knows that they're there. They're almost undetectable. You know.
Well, I know who knows that they're there. It's just I don't understand how and plus these viruses like they get sold for hundreds of thousands of dollars, but yet like we can't spend hundreds of thousands of dollars on trying to let everyone know, hey, protect your shit. Simple. But we're like spending money again on stuff that hurts people instead of teaches people. Like it's just stupid, but again, it's fascinating because of that piece of code. That's like the only thing that's fascinating, like, is that piece of code.
How many how many megabytes was it? It wasn't even a couple megabytes, was it?
I haven't got that far yet.
Oh. I'd actually be kind of curious to actually see the source code. Be like, it's that fucking tiny. You got to be kidding me, right? You brought down a nuclear facility with like what, 5 lines of code? Are you fucking serious?
No, it's 20 lines. No,
Oh
it's
my
20 lines. Yeah, it's big. Like it's a pretty big piece of code, but it's different pieces of code to create one piece of code, and each piece of code has their own individual like part in being malicious as fuck.
Wow, that's so crazy.
And in the documentary,
Watch it's on like. Yeah, go ahead.
they said that in the documentary they said that they pick and choose what attacks they go after. So somebody can be playing a video game, DDoS the fuck out of like Minecraft or like PSN, and they won't really like pay attention. But if you're attacking like say like something that the government fucking owns, they're all over it. Like I just don't get it.
Well, you even see that. I mean, when you look at riots and so forth, you know what the government is interested in protecting is the government buildings. They don't care about even the commercial interests or other things going on. You see the same thing there. That's just what you were describing there in the cyber world. But it's the same kind of approach. It's like, hey, if you're not attacking us, personally,
We
the
don't give a
government or
fuck.
military, well, yeah, we could give them just shit about the rest of you.
That's pretty fucked up, man. And that's like what I want to like spread awareness about is like how you can get attacked as harsh as possible, right? Like really bad, and they won't give a fuck. But if you like are like some type of special agent, fucking blah 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 blah, it's boom. Like whoever attacked you, we will find them. Like, where's the fucking like the logic in that?
They worry, they worry about themselves. That's it. That's their logic. I mean, it's not to protect you and your rights and what you want to do. That's for sure.
So how do we protect each other?
Well, yeah, that's a good question. I don't know. Let's say brought up earlier, protesting and so forth. But it's even that. It's like it kind of wastes your time. If you can go stand in front of a Rothschild's building, but as long as you're just standing there holding a sign, being angry, but they could care less. That doesn't register on the map. If you attack their building or something they're doing, well, maybe but it just doesn't do anything.
It doesn't. Have you guys ever heard of Jeremy Hammond?
Sounds familiar, yeah.
Well, he has what was it, a year 2000 documentary. It's called Electronic Disobedience, and what he tries to explain. Well, he doesn't try. He actually pretty like explained the whole thing. He said any type of disobedience is pretty much needed in this revolution. So, I mean, like protesting by all means. You know what I'm saying? Go at it. I'll even protest with you, man. Like we'll fucking blow up a cop car. We'll, you know what I'm saying? Protest peacefully too. Like do all that stuff. Like any like means of disruption is awesome. But I just don't see the whole like let's go after their federal buildings when if we do that, everybody then we all get arrested. We all like lose everything. We get thrown into black SUVs, like all this shit, man. Like, I don't know. It's weird.
Yeah, it doesn't. I mean, it's a bigger attack. I mean, it's more. It might get you more of the word out, or a little more, newsworthy. But even that, it doesn't really do anything. The machine just marches on, like you never even happened.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's I think it's attacking at their core. The banking really is if you get ever you have to disrupt their machine.
Exactly.
That's the only way to do
exactly.
it. Otherwise, they're just going to keep cruising along. As long as they're making money, they don't care.
Yeah.
And I just don't. It is going to take the hackers, or some kind of idea, in that realm that's going to do it, because that's all they.
You mean like resetting you're resetting the central bank's computers to absolute zero?
Yeah, everybody starts off with a zero.
Well, I know, no.
All the data is lost. That's one approach. That'd be a pretty good one, right? I mean,
yeah. There's what was it that thing that I was talking about, the localized EMP, but there's like the electrical ones, the legal ones you could make, like they're like the size of a fucking van.
Yeah, the VEMP.
Yeah. Those if you get one
Virtual.
the size, if you get the ones that are in the gigawatts, you can actually make one. But or not gigawatts? Is it gigawatts? Yeah. You need all
joules.
These or joules. Sorry, joules. You're gonna need some. So you're gonna need some fancy ass fucking hardware that costs a lot. It's gonna be like the size of a fucking man.
Yeah, making an actual one. No, but creating one virtually. Or getting the system that way. I mean, there's
people that sell this stuff. Yeah, they have them in kits, but you need to sign a waiver that you're not going to use it for malicious stuff. You know. You're like, yeah, that's like the first thing that I am gonna do with this. Sorry, why the hell why the hell am I getting all these fucking parts to build an EMP? You think I'm gonna blow up my kid's computer? Don't those things get like so fucking? Don't those things pump out such high EMF that it can actually like start shit on fire as well?
Your printer can, yeah. Your printer will blow up. No, I don't know.
I don't know what kind of waves it pumps out. I think they're like localized microwave, right? Or high UHF, right?
Well, a pulse kind of goes across the spectrum. You know, it's all the way from low to high frequency.
Yeah, and it'll fuck up the process, right?
Blow the electronics. Yeah, there's enough energy in it too to disrupt electronics. The controls for all the electric.
Yeah, well, weren't they given thinking about? Remember that one cop? They were actually thinking about using it for cop technology to stop cars. It was like, remember that undercarriage rocket that they were thinking about using for cops, and it had the wheels on it, and it was a rocket propelled underneath the carriage of a car.
A little RC car.
No. Kind of like James Bond shit, just like James Bond shit. It was underneath the car. They push a button. It's a localized EMP, and it's on some wheels. And it's once this like rocket car goes off from the police vehicle, it sets off an EMP after it gets underneath the undercarriage of the car, fucking up the electrical system on a car and stopping a car during a high-speed chase.
Well, they just do it through the OnStar system now. I mean, they've stopped your car that way. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. That was the hardware way of doing it before all this other software and then these.
Oh, you'd be surprised!
Smart cars came out. Yeah.
One of my buddies, he was into hacking things that you weren't supposed to hack. Like the weird stuff. And he was telling me, that car hack and all those car shit, that's fucking real shit. And what he was also telling me, is that any car like after like 2000 or so is also some of them are sending data back to the manufacturer for like, you'd be surprised what they're fucking sending. It's just like little it's really slow connection.
Are you talking about like Tesla?
No, I'm talking about your Toyota Corolla and whatever.
No shit.
Yeah.
Well, they're gonna start installing the like GPS trackers, so they can just send you a ticket from whatever law enforcement agency. They know what the speed limit is on that section of road where you're at. You were doing 70. I know it's a
frequent.
I got a ticket.
I am a frequent visitor of that speed fucking bullshit, man. I get one like 4 or 5 a month.
Yeah, when I went to the March last year, I received one, and I didn't even speed. It was like I was slowing down, and they said you passed the line. They had lines on the picture that they sent me, and I'm like, I know I did not speed, and it's like an entrapment, There's cameras at the lights and cameras taking the pictures of you. I mean, it's invasion of privacy, and it's just. Cops don't do shit anyways, we got cops out here that sit in the middle of the grass and just park or act like they're making a left turn for real, or they'll go on the left line and turn on their left light signal like if it's a regular car making a left turn. I mean, come on. I mean, don't you have like a rapist, a killer, robber, I mean, do something, man. I mean, most of these guys most and this is, I've heard it from doctors themselves, are these cops are hooked on Adderall because they have 10 hours of paperwork and they just sit there in their car and they're on their phones doing shit, you know what I mean? And it's like I don't know, that's another subject that
Tell me about it, because there's this serial killer out here in the state of Arizona, and he shot 8 people, and cops cannot find him or even get an exact replica of what and who he is.
Really?
Yeah, they haven't even found him. Like, I think
So
what was it, like
no sketch of
nothing.
him, nothing.
They have a sketch, but it's not him. It could be like, bruh, the story about this is just fucking weird. Like,
Wow,
like
that's
I said,
insane.
they could spend millions and millions of bucks, but they can't spend millions and millions of bucks on someone who's hurting motherfuckers. Like, I don't
Right.
understand that.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one.
I just don't get it, dude. Like, people are dying and you're not gonna like protect and serve. Like, come on, dude. What the fuck are you even doing then? Like, why do you even have a badge?
Remember that one serial killer? They never found him. Famous guy, and he used to write the newspapers. It was the Zodiac killer.
Well, see, the thing about that one is
They think
that
he died.
they had,
They think they
yeah,
arrested him, and then he died in incarceration. But that's just a story. They're not sure if they ever had the guy.
but they also said that they had an interview with this person, and the person that had the interview was describing every single thing that the Zodiac killer had, but they weren't for sure if that was fucking him or not. Like, how can you have all this evidence and still say, I just don't get it, dude.
Well, they don't care because as long as they have somebody, I mean, look at all these individuals on death row that actually did not even commit murder, you know? I mean,
Yeah.
as long as they have somebody in custody and they feel good about themselves, then it's perfectly fine. You know, and it's
And it's going back to what Bill William Cooper said in Secret Weapons to Quiet Wars in the book of Behold a Pale Horse. He said that people will believe a small lie over a big lie.
Did you read that book too?
Yes, dude. I read all these books, man.
Yeah, I found that when I was in prison.
yeah. Oh, you too, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, one of my buddies
yeah,
like,
but like,
one of my buddies like, oh,
good.
you
I'm not the black sheep. Apparently, I'm not the only black sheep. Awesome.
like
I feel
that's
a little bit better then.
And like that goes on what's happening right now. Like, that's a small lie.
But there's secret societies are essentially running the country. I mean, they recruit. You know, that there's a lot of truth to that story. They recruit in Ivy League schools in weird places.
Yeah.
And when you get
that's
into
why
this,
they have
when you get into this secret club, you end up in really high position places. Now, don't tell me that that's like a fucking weird conspiracy, because like every fucking U.S. president has been a Mason or a member of some secret society.
Right.
Now, do
even John F. Kennedy.
Yeah. Now, all of them in on the big secret? No, they're not. A lot of them aren't. Not till they get to the higher degrees or the higher levels.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. And going back to that college thing, they have sorority houses. They have
Skull and Bones.
Skull and Bones, which George Bush was involved. Yeah,
the Golden Dawn is like an offshoot of the Freemasons. You know,
yeah.
That was Israel Regardi and
Temple of Set. That's a satanic, isn't that guy that he was, if I stand corrected, he was in the army or something like that, like Green Beret, right?
Yep. No. That was a Church of Satan. That was a satanic one. Yeah.
Yeah, that was the satanic one, but I thought that's not the Church of Set or something.
No, Temple of Set. Temple of Set is a little different.
Oh, okay, I had the wrong one. But you know what I'm talking about, though.
Yeah, that they were legit devil worship or Satan worshippers. The Church of Satan is a 501c3, so it is or not 501c3. It is exempt from taxes because our government declared it as a religious institution, and you can blame that to. Yeah. That was who created
it's true. Tyler, I fucking love you, man. All this shit's true.
Anton LaVey.
Yeah, Tyler. I love Tyler too. Love you, bro.
Yeah, I love you, bro. Yeah, I don't feel like.
I love all of you, man.
I love all you guys, man. I don't
Group
feel
hug,
like a
man.
nerd no more. I don't feel
Yeah,
like a nerd anymore.
yeah, Anton LaVey.
No.
Yeah, everybody kept on saying that. What was it? What was it? Marilyn Manson was like, he was like
Oh
the
my god.
leader of the Satanic Church. And I'm like, no, it was Anton LaVey. You know, he was a carny from Chicago, and Chicago, and he was a little fucking nuts. You know what I'm saying? Like he wasn't like
Yeah,
all together
he was
all together
gnarly.
there. Yeah.
Yeah, he's pretty much like the next Aleister Crowley. You know what I'm saying?
Well, Aleister Crowley was a little different though. Aleister Crowley uh, believed that his wife or his girlfriend was communicating messages from the other side. And here was the weird part is once you get into the inner dynamics of what Aleister Crowley was into, it kind of gets you an insight of his mindset. Aleister
Dude,
Crowley was a drug addict. Not like kind of, sort of. He was a really bad one. He was strung
but he
out
was. Yeah.
on morphine, and he was doing lots of cocaine. If you've ever read any of his books, like you're just like looking at it like, is this guy like schizophrenic? There's like fucking numbers and fucking like weird bullshit like all over the place. Now here's the weirder part is
Hold
that
up,
Winston
Tyler.
Churchill.
Can I
Yeah.
just cut you just real quick? I was reading, and I just wanna reply back to Barbara real quick because
Yeah.
apparently she had missed the conversation that we spoke about earlier about the VPNs. She asked, she said, can't the VPN company track you? Yes, Barbara. Actually, some do track. This is I'm not going to say no names who does and who does not, but yes, absolutely, you need to do research and find out what's the best one if you do choose to use one. But yeah, there are VPN companies that do track you.
Yep.
Typically, what I've been hearing from a lot of the guys is, it's not based on that. It's more along the lines going to a VPN that doesn't have any like political motives. There are certain countries that have no extradition laws, or if you want to get a VPN that's out of your country, well, that's a little safer too. And if you can pay an alternate currency such as Bitcoins for your VPN, so it's a little more untraceable, then those are the ones to go for. Also check your VPNs if they're leaking.
Yeah, you gotta check if they leak, and honestly, if you don't understand the language, that's probably the better one.
What does the word when your VPN leaks mean? What does that mean?
Well, essentially what it's doing is it's also, a good VPN won't reveal your true IP address, and it will not reveal what sort of operating system you're using. So
doesn't give information of what you're using.
any identifying information.
Right. Anything that can incriminate us, but not saying we do anything that incriminates us, but And yes, Matt, you're right. The war on the mind, absolutely, brainwashing, TV,
Yes.
everything like that. Absolutely correct about that, man. The music is a war on the mind. Everything has an agenda. They're in Hollywood. It's real. It happens every day. I see it personally.
I always have you ever heard of the people that always say that these I'm not saying that there is and there isn't, but sometimes I have a hard time believing that some of the high-end pop stars are Illuminati members. Now, is there a real cult behind some of that? Yeah, but is it Illuminati? I don't think so.
I don't think
so either.
Honestly, yeah, I agree with you. I don't believe that any of them are true Illuminati for the simple fact.
No, they're not.
They're just puppets. They're puppets. You know what I mean?
Could it?
Are they involved in secret society and Luciferian practices? Oh, hell yeah.
I mean, yeah, they could be, but are they the actual Illuminati? No, absolutely not. They're nobodies. They're just puppets to sit there and send the message and throw it out there to individuals to like Matt said, brainwash. You know what I mean? And everything like that. And Brenda Blakely. She says, my son created a operating system called BLXCK Cloud. It has 10 passcode firewalls. He's the 5-year-old that hacked the FBI in 1997. LOL. Then the
I thought you were
government
talking about our
stole.
guy. I was like, what?
Then the government stole the software. Yeah, I mean, that's exactly what happens. I mean, we'll have, a genius created in
Did he
our
die?
family. Yeah, did they die? That was nice, James. Like that one. Yeah, hopefully
I
not.
don't mean to be an asshole.
No,
I
I'm just
don't
saying
mean
that
it.
some of our young anons, they're really some really, really smart guys.
We have some
Yeah.
yeah, absolutely. We have
We
some
have one of them. We have
intelligent
one of them right
individuals.
now that's already making his own operating system.
Right, and that's exactly what it is, and that's exactly what I was talking about. That they see these kids and they're intelligent and they want to learn, and they'll steal their work, or they'll try to hire them and push them in a way that'll benefit the system, rather so that way they won't have a mind of their own. And that's
Yeah,
and
it's
and
true.
and 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 that's again, I guess it falls back to what Matt was saying. It's the war in the mind.
Yeah.
It's up to us as individuals to don't believe in the hype. Don't follow the mainstream. Be your own individual. I mean, and if nobody respects you and nobody loves you, or whatever, so be it. If you gotta be that loner, be that loner. But
Please
you're
do.
not. You're not a loner though, because there's so many of us out here. It might not be your next door neighbor, or it could be your next door neighbor. And of course, naturally, you don't want to sit there and just spill all your beans out there. You know what I mean? But you could definitely tell.
Oh, it seems like Facebook has a goof going on right now. Speaking of
Yeah.
which. You
Well,
notice that?
Tell me when Facebook doesn't have a fucking goof. You know what I mean?
I'm
I
noticing
think Mark
double.
Zuckerberg needs to stop being gay in Hawaii and freaking actually, whatever.
Did you
Facebook.
see? I once saw a video, and this was like a couple of weeks ago. Like Zuckerberg, had this program, VR thing, so he could meet his friend in China. So they were having this virtual play date. I am not shitting you, dude. I am not shitting you.
A friend of
Tyler,
mine,
what the fuck, man?
a friend of mine got banned because he made a Zuckerberg meme with him bending over. I thought it was pretty damn hilarious myself.
That is pretty funny. I hate Mark Zuckerberg for the life of me.
He tries to portray himself as this, I'm young and cool guy, but no, you're part of him too, bud.
You're just Tom from MySpace, Mark Zuckerberg. We all know this.
Tom from MySpace. Oh shit!
I bet you I can get him on for.
Pretty pissed
I bet
off
you I
right
can get him
now.
on
Maybe
for a
we
lot
go
of
back to
coke.
MySpace, huh?
Didn't he become like a drug addict or something?
Fuck, who knows?
Mark
He probably
Zuckerberg did. Yeah, he started shooting up heroin and shit.
No, not
Tom. He's talking about Tom from
Tom.
MySpace.
I know. Hey, that fool's on everyone's account, bro. Every single one. And you don't even have to add him. He just pops up like, hey, I'm Tom.
Yeah, I'm Tom. I'm your friend now. What's up? Yeah, who knows? But speaking about both of those, I think with all this, we really need to find another forum again. There's 4chan. You know what I mean? 4chan's up and running, and I don't, it's, I don't know. Maybe I'm too old now. I used to love it when I was younger. I mean, it's still funny and shit like that, but I'm on a different mission, and it's like I just want to, maybe we could try to see if we can't do something with that so we don't have the censorship.
Yeah, I hate it. Sometimes I'll be so fucking paranoid because I'm limited to so many accounts right now, and
Right.
I'll be so fucking paranoid. I'd be like, oh fuck, what fucking account is into what shit, and how do I avoid having I shouldn't have to worry about this fucking shit being an anon. Like seriously, like it's so much easier to fucking just get off of Facebook, just go onto an IRC or whatever fucking alternative communication, and just be running your fucking shit from there. But oh no, like we got, like we have to have some more reach, which is like a good thing, that we're using Facebook, but we got to worry about all this fucking bullshit about our fucking accounts going on for bullshit reasons,
Tell me about it. I'm like the 100th account down already, and whatever, dude. I don't give a fuck.
I've even seen some anons, just moving to Google Plus, and then I'm like, well, yeah, Google Plus is like another cool like place to like chill out, but like Google will sell your shit to the NSA. Like they've been doing it for fucking years.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Even this conversation right now, who knows? It could be going out there. It could not. I don't give a shit.
Cool.
Yeah,
that'd be awesome. NSA could fucking blow me.
That's why I'm here.
Blow me, NSA with no lube.
Exactly. CIA, DEA, NSA. Fuck
These
all
nuts
y'all.
in your mouth. Ha, got him.
Got him. Drop mic. There you go.
No, but I have a question. Does anybody actually like know who this Tom is from MySpace?
He's a Canadian, right? From Vancouver.
Are you sure?
That's
I
that's
don't
pretty
even know.
fucking stereotypical, man. I mean, we
He's a
don't
Canadian.
do things. He's Canadian, eh?
Cool Canadian anons. They're really cool as fuck.
He's Canadian.
Yeah, fucking, they love hockey in MySpace. Yeah.
No.
All my Canada friends, I love you guys.
We love Canada. We love Canada.
Just not when Tom is over there.
There you go.
If he is in your alley smoking heroin, tell him to go back to MySpace.
There you go. Rewrite the program.
That's what essentially what Facebook is doing to its users right now is what's going to be the downfall for Zuckerberg. You cannot keep on censoring people to the point where they want to stay on it. And I even had somebody who's not really an anon and just is like an activist, but really doesn't do any much posts. And she had her account for like 5 fucking years, and today it went down. And it was identified as spam, and Facebook had internally disabled it. So
that's weird.
Yeah. So
I have a
Facebook
question.
now?
I mean, I've heard of it, but I mean, and I haven't had again, man. I'm
they
real
don't get
busy, so I
reported.
haven't had time.
Yeah,
But what is this? I know you know what this is, Tyler. What's this Project Tempest, man? What's going on with that? And I don't know if anybody has heard about it.
I haven't heard about it. Like I think you talked about it the other show, and I was like, kind of listening and watching 3 screens at the same time.
Yeah, I mean, I'm still very curious about it. It was, and what I know briefly of it is just that Facebook, accounts are going down, and it's like out of the blue. I mean,
I know that there was a lot of accounts going down, and it started in November. It started in November. No, it wasn't a bug. It was starting in November and December, and then it started lightening up. And then now they're seeming to go back.
Well, there was a short period where they were purposely disrupting logins of Facebook to see what users would put up with.
No, but now they're just purposely, getting rid of accounts. And some of them aren't even getting reported. They're just they're internally taken down from Facebook, unrecoverable. It'll say this account has been disabled. You used to get a pop-up like that, and now you don't even get that.
That happened to me plenty of times. Oh, I fucking hate it. Or they'll go, we need identity verification. I'm like, whatever, dude. So I sent a picture of my peen.
Have you seen I've known people that have repeatedly have to do their IDs. And now they're getting to the point where, like, the third time you have to, like, verify your ID, you have to have a picture of yourself holding your ID.
Yeah, I was wondering about that. I haven't had that done. I mean, like I said, my Facebook's been taken off, and people are like, you need an ID, you need an ID. I've been taken off, quite a few times, and I've never had to do no ID thing. I mean, that's so literally that's what they have to do is like a state ID to verify their name and everything.
Well, yeah, it's like why do I want to get onto a social media, right? Where I
Right.
have to link myself to whatever they're doing on the back end, which is probably selling your shit to the fucking government and monitoring your stuff for highly suspicious. Now Facebook had an original mission statement. All right, this was back like 2004, 2005. No. I think this is when they actually went out of the college campuses and started making it a real social network. Okay, so their mission statement was to create a social network so that you could communicate and be interconnected to the rest of the world. Now, everything that Facebook has been doing recently is totally against that. I'm sorry.
Yes.
I mean, it's all a
It is.
violation.
It is.
Yeah.
And the Central Intelligence Agency actually gave a thumbs up to Zuckerberg because they said that it was the most amazing program that could be created to mine data because they could just sit back and just like not do anything at all, and people would just do it.
James,
do
I
it
mean,
to themselves.
How many people would sit there and take selfies? How many people would sit there and check in places? How many people
Pictures
will
of
sit
their
there?
food, their kids, their jobs. They ain't got to do shit.
I mean, granted.
I mean, like
everybody's
I'm
guilty
Facebook,
of that.
We've even caught ISIS members on fucking Facebook.
Right.
Or
I mean,
government
on
propaganda.
on Twitter, on Facebook. I mean, on other outlets. But I am guilty. I mean, fuck it. I don't care. I mean, FTS, man. Fuck the system. I don't care. You want to come get me?
Man.
Come
Fuck
get
ISIS,
me, man. Yeah, fuck them all.
Exactly.
And I'm just like, look. I mean, yeah,
it's a facial recognition database.
They got that going on there too.
It is.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
They data mine all the pictures, all the videos, and it just
please add
goes
your
in,
phone
it goes
number
into the
for
database.
verification.
But see, here's the thing. I'm not going to live in fear. I do not fear nothing. I'm that type of individual. I'm very strong-willed. I don't care. You know what I mean? I'm gonna, if I want to post a picture of myself because I want to just to have fun, fuck it. I'm gonna do that. If I go to the beach with my kids or to the park, I'm gonna take a picture with them because on my Facebook, I have my family and friends, and then I have people I deal with. You know what I mean? There's nothing on my Facebook that's going to incriminate me. You know what I mean? And if you want to take a picture of me, man, just send me a message. Say, I mean, I'm already in the fucking system. You know what I mean? I've been in the system already, so it's not like they don't know who the hell I am.
Well, I don't know. I have lost accounts because I have, I had
everybody has. Everybody has
like
their own reason,
I have put information that can get me into a lot of trouble in certain groups, and then bam, like my fucking account is gone, which has probably been like to my advantage. But trying to get the information out there, that was the whole purpose.
Right.
That's censorship.
Oh, I mean, it's censorship at its fullest, man. And that's the thing. They're all in it together.
And that's where we come in. That's where we come in to fight
I learned my
against
lesson
that censorship.
First time,
Absolutely.
I learned my lesson. Then to post like stuff, with sensitive information, just to get the information out there. Is I'm not going to fucking post it on Facebook anymore. I am not going to do that. I'm going to put it somewhere else in a link and then post it to Facebook. You assholes. Take that one, Facebook. Take that one.
Yeah. But I mean, in order to fight the censorship too, again, we're going to have to find another avenue. I can't stress that enough. I mean, we have millions of followers. If we sit there and all of us and a sudden million just sit there and it's like, look, we're going to stop it, they're going to feel it. And that's how it's going to change. Now, whether or not, again, Facebook is an addiction. There's, I mean,
It is.
I mean, it's it's just yeah. I mean, it's a drug in itself.
I
You
don't know.
know.
Me personally, being an anon, like, you ever get into like, you're like in a million chat rooms and your phone, your device is just going off like crazy, and you're like,
I turn them off.
yeah, that's what I do. I
Yeah,
do it
no,
all the
I
time.
mute. I mute them all.
I have to
And,
mute them. It's like,
yeah,
it's like I
I
know I
mean,
need to be communicating, but it's like, dude, like when 50,000 people are talking at the same time, I'm like, oh gosh.
bro, I was getting a headache so
Who, Chris?
much from getting so many pings. I literally left like 30 chat rooms. Literally, leave group, leave group, leave group, leave page, dude. Because I'm just like, it was just getting overwhelming. You know what I mean? And I was just like enough's enough, man. You know.
Yeah, they try to add me to like a bunch of like chats and stuff, so I
Yeah, and
just
then they
like
just
spam that
yeah, and then
chat
they
with
just
like so
add
much
you.
porn.
Yeah, and then they just I don't
I
know
was gonna
about
play.
that.
Tranny
I was,
I
porn,
don't know.
midget porn,
I never
all
got
that
dude. I was
shit
gonna,
do
I was
get
gonna do an old
spammed.
4chan. I was gonna do an old 4chan thing and do the hypno strobe light cat.
No wonder
Give
James
hella
loves
people seizures
4chan.
and shit.
That's why James loves 4chan.
No, no, hold on. No, I'm saying like if you want me
Oh,
into a chat, like please ask me like, "Hey,
oh,
James, do you want to be
absolutely.
added?" And I'll be like,
Yeah,
"Yeah,
yeah.
sure," but just don't just add me and be like, "Hey, come in." I'm like, "What the fuck?
Yeah, people do that to
Where the
me
hell this guy come
all
from?"
day, every day, man. Yeah.
So I
I'm just like,
spam the
shit.
fuck out of that chat with like tranny porn, and I just fucking
Oh,
kick
nice.
everyone out.
Maybe, well, you shouldn't just do tranny, man. You can't leave the dwarfs out of it. You should did
Oh,
some
dude,
dwarfs.
that's my specialty, bro. Don't let me have you as
Wait,
a friend, bro. No, I'm just kidding.
wait, James. I think I ran into you once. Wait, in the chat room. Wait. I think I
When was
have.
this? When was
Remember?
this?
I think it was like off CTW, like when I was like first starting it. Are you that guy?
Are you that guy? James is like, I plead the
Oh,
fifth.
I don't know. Like,
I had to like
there's like,
I had to like kick him out of the chat room because he wanted to video chat me, and I thought that he was like a federal agent the whole fucking time.
oh no, that wasn't me, bro.
It was like,
No,
yeah,
you'll
no,
know it's me.
there
Like,
was like
you'll know.
100 people in the chat room, and then like somebody decided to do like a video call, and I'm just like,
Oh, shit.
I was like driving and I pressed OK because I thought it was like my dispatch calling me. So I fucking like pick it up and there's like some dude, some like fat guy like playing PS4 or something. I'm just like, okay. I'm like, and I go, that's not cool. And he goes, what? And I go, well, show me your fucking badge number. And I fucking like booted him out.
No, that wasn't me, bro. Nah, I've honestly never ran into you personally, besides right now.
Shit.
I mean, yeah, I stick very close to my circle. Like,
yeah,
everybody like deserves a chance, but I'm just like, I'm not over it, but I gotta think about me
It's just,
pretty much right now.
it's called comfortability, James. I mean, that's what it is. You're very comfortable in your circle, and
Yeah.
and some people are very hard to break out that circle. Like I have programmer friends, and they're just like, Aaron, dude, you're like way out there for me. You know what I mean? They're like, I like you a lot. They're like, I like you a lot, but bro, you could just talk to anybody. Well, of course,
Dude, that's
we're
how
human.
Angie is.
Yeah. Just I can talk to anybody, and it's like that's to me. That's what life is about. Experience. We can't. I don't know. I guess we can because people do it. They're so comfortable in their shell. And it's like we feel like we can't trust anybody. Everybody is not bad. You know what I mean? There are fucked up individuals out there, agreed. But then if you meet a fucked up individual, then it's your right to leave that fucked up individual alone,
And
and
block
say,
his ass.
okay, well, block his ass or whatever, and see, here we go again, that Facebook drug. You see, talking about blocking,
Yeah.
and I'm talking about
See?
in general life. You know what I mean? I can go anywhere outside. You know, I mean, I was talking. I was today, for example. I just saw a beautiful woman, right? And I just walked up to her and just said good morning, and I just want to let you know you're beautiful. And a friend of mine was with me. He was like, Aaron, I don't even know how you could do that. I could not even do that. And I'm like, you know, we're only here for this short period of time. You know, if somebody says hello or waves to you, wave to them. You know, if somebody wants to talk to you, talk to them. Now, as far as Facebook is concerned, man,
So
I don't trust.
depressing.
It's very depressing, and I don't trust the motherfucker on Facebook. You
Especially
know,
wearing
it's
that
like,
non-mask. No, I'm just kidding.
yeah, exactly, right. You know, with an anon mask that says, and a sign that says, "Feminism power." You know. No, let me stop.
You know, we've had a lot of discussions about going to the green mask. You know.
I think we need to go back to it. You know, I really do. I think the Fox mask personally has overwhelmed itself, and it turned commercial.
Well, yeah, you know,
But that's my personal opinion. You know,
I think
everybody
it's
doesn't
kind of
think like
cool,
me.
but then like every once in a while, I'll be like a weird guy, you know, like show up with like, you know, Jason mask or something like that. But
I mean,
yeah, like I don't know. I think it's cool, but I don't know. Maybe we should go back to our roots, you know.
I think if we go back, if we go back to the roots, I think people will. I believe it would help for individuals to understand. You know, it's because we have a younger generation coming up. You know, and again, it's that brainwashing mentality. You know, and a lot of people don't understand what an idea is. You know, it's more like, what can you do for me? And I think we need to get out of that stigma and just if go back old school, man. Go back old school, you know,
Yeah.
and then people might wake up a little bit more rather than thinking, hey, I bought my, you know, my Fox mask from Warner Brothers, or, you know, Party City.
I get mine. You know, I literally get my masks I get my masks, and I hate to say this, like, but I get them from China, and I will get like a box of like 50 for like $20. I just have to wait like a month or two for like shipping.
Right.
Seriously.
Why
I
do
mean,
you buy your stuff like do you buy your stuff from Amazon?
No, eBay.
No, that's bad, bro. No.
It
Okay.
is.
Everybody, like, you guys need to start. No, you guys don't want like have to, but it's called Blasted Rat, and like all those funds they go to where like to free anons, and like that's where it should be going. You know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
I would do that. I didn't even know it existed until you just said it.
yeah, I've never
Yeah.
even heard of it, bro.
Blasted Rat, man, get all your stuff there and all the
Hold on real quick.
funds.
Now I'm getting a pen real quick, bro. I gotta write this shit down so I can bookmark it and I can start ordering and
You see blastedrat.com?
Yes, there you go, bro. Get that
Blasted
shit and
rat,
help them out
like everything
because a
is
lot of
blasted.
people a lot
Like,
of people are like looking away from them, and our attention should be helping them. So
oh, absolutely.
please, you know what I'm saying?
No, I mean, if I would have known about it, I would have been posting that a lot more upon the pages and supporting them, you know, to free anons, you know, and helping them out.
Blasted rat. I'm looking for the anon masks. They don't.
And also, can I ask a question? I want one of my elders, actually our elders, and he wants to come up on the show and spread a little bit of knowledge. And I was wondering if it's okay, like possibly tomorrow or the next show.
Yeah, the next show will be on Thursday. We're trying to get another backup because of my connection problems, but I'll be showing a movie tomorrow night.
Oh,
Yeah.
to let you know, Tyler, I did receive a text while we are on air.
Yeah.
the guy that I spoke to said that it's definitely a go.
Oh, sweet. So I don't have to worry about
So
like
you
the
don't,
PS4.
no, you don't have to worry about the PS4. He, Q told me that he said it's his pleasure. He said everything is already in play. So it's definitely going to be a go.
Yeah, it's like because we need more than one broadcaster. It's like if I had my own pad and I would have
Well,
bought
if
like
we,
yeah,
if we have Q and we have C, if we
yeah,
have them two to back you up, then I think we'll be perfectly fine.
yeah, and like however they want to do the intros and the music, that's up to them. I mean, the more the merrier. It's all a creative process.
Yeah, well, I mean, as far as the intro and the music, like a lot of people are commenting. A lot of people love it. A lot of people like it. A lot of people are continuously just playing this to listen to it. I mean, literally, I've gotten messages, and they're just like, they love this song, man. You know what I mean?
Well, a lot
So
of them are based around Anonymous. A couple of them are anons, and I think the one that we did was from Tech Nine. He gave us that song.
yeah,
So
Tech Nine. I love
yeah,
Tech Nine.
yeah.
Tech Nine. I love him. And
He
James,
gave us a shout out, bro. And
yeah, he definitely.
and Anonymous is hacking for peace. Like, come on, man.
And like I said, Tyler, I think, like I said last show too. The Builder Group, the Builder, they rap about
Yeah.
Pizzagate, man, and they're really awesome. You know what I mean? And I think perhaps maybe we could reach out to them and see if they can't make a song, and so we could put that on as well. Just
Oh,
an
you
option.
mean there's a rap group called? You mean there's a rap group called Bilderberg Group?
Yeah, you didn't know that?
No.
Are
I
you
was like,
serious?
I thought you were serious. I was like, what? Why do you want me to contact
You've never,
Norwegian
dude, bro,
Illuminati group?
bro, no,
Okay.
no.
Can I say this, please, one time?
Yeah.
Illuminati, like, let's look at that in a different mindset. Now, what happens if that was just like a specific phrase that the secret societies have to protect them from darkness? Because it is the keeper of light. You know what I mean? And
Right.
they always have these symbols and these numbers and like stuff like that that explains what they are. But like, what happens if they just have that phrase to protect them?
What do you mean?
Because everybody says, "Oh, Illuminati, Illuminati," when actually it's secret societies that are running this world. Illuminati just means the enlightened.
The
That's
illuminated
it.
ones. Well, from
Yeah,
the way it was,
that's it.
the way it was described to me. Okay, you got the 13 families. That's one way of looking at it. But I have
And
heard
the 13
no.
colonies. Yep, keep going.
I have heard. Okay, so there are different levels of secret societies, and the
What
way
is it? 36 levels technically.
No, 33 in the Freemason Society, but
No, in the Freemason they say it's 33, but it's technically 36.
So what I was hearing from some girl who said she was, an ex-Illuminati member, was that it was like they said that they were a step above the Freemasons, and they're just like they have integrated themselves into other areas. And I'm not talking about the Illuminatium, the fake Illuminati that started out in America, with a book on Amazon that was written by a 3-year-old.
What the fuck?
Yeah, the Illuminatium, dude. It's like some fucking scam going around. It's been going around for the last 2 years. Okay, they have an Illuminatium.am. They have an official fucking website. It's a fake fucking Illuminati. It's a scam artist, just like how should I say this? There is a 200-page book, and there's only enough content in that book to be read in 30 minutes.
Talk
It's
about
double-spaced.
distractions, man.
Yeah, and they're using WordPress for their fucking site. So
Fuck them all to hell, man.
yeah, I'm like, oh yeah, you guys are real Illuminati. You guys got a WordPress site. Oh, cool.
I didn't know that they actually have internet either. I was like, well, that's new to me.
Well, no, the real Illuminati, the real Illuminati, has its roots out in Bavaria, and
Yeah,
yeah,
Bulgaria, yeah.
no, Bavaria in Germany.
Adam
Oh,
Weishaupt.
Bulgaria.
Yeah. So
I'm gonna have to research this.
so the only like close I don't even know if this lady was legit, but the things that she was saying on this like podcast were a little like you had to have some like technical knowledge or you read a lot of fucking like occult books and secret society books. But the way that she was describing how the Illuminati actually works, it was kind of like the ground up with like, they have the little feelers and everywhere, but how it ties in to the 13 families in the elite, I am not 100% sure. I have seen the diagrams, but
I've seen diagrams too.
of like how it all works, but is it a complete
Aren't they
picture?
all
I don't.
Zionists?
No, from what I heard about it, it's more occultish, and at its core foundation, Luciferian in nature.
That's weird. What's the difference between cult and occult?
I don't know, but if you look at
a cult is ACULT separated, and then occult is
it's
OCC.
It's occult. It's OCCOUT.
Yeah, just refers to hidden
knowledge. I mean, if you think about it, like the hidden knowledge, it goes back to like this like biblical term where the knowledge came from the tree of life, or the apple, or whatever, and it has its roots back into I believe Satanism, if I'm not incorrect, right? So the Eye of Providence, I think, is supposed to their symbol, the eye on the top of the pyramid is supposed to
my camera on. Oops.
Yeah, it's supposed to be God watching over you, but it also has a double meaning of this like sorry, there's a popo driving by. Still get the black and white fever. No, but it's supposed to be this like hidden God, the exact opposite of it, watching you.
So, do you believe that like the times of Babylon that those like fucking Moloch, the fucking owl god, and they do those baby sacrifices and shit like that, like
Moloch, and I've been trying to see this for the last 4 years. Okay, Moloch is not the owl deity. If you do your history, I can quote you on 2,000 different cultures. Okay, not 2,000, but thousands of fucking cultures. Okay, the owl in all biblical literature and in different religions, Sumerian and Mayan, and so Josha, it's weird biblical creature called Lilith, and it is a sex deity. It is a sex demoness, and the owl throughout history has always. Now the name Lilith in different cultures has changed. Some call it Inanna, some call it Ishtar, and she even shows up in Babylon and Babylonian culture. That she even showed up in the Persian culture. So all of the symbol and idolatry related to the owl, as far as like religions and occult and all that, has always been her. Now Molech is represented by a bull, which has nothing to do with an owl.
Wait, so it has nothing to do with an owl? Then how come?
That's why
they say
they don't know the Lucifer.
It's like,
I was just gonna say how it ties into this Luciferian fucking like Bohemian Grove thing. Is they have these sexual fucking orgies. Okay, so you're worshiping the demoness of sex, and she was also blamed in like historically throughout time for children's deaths because of this whole Kabbalah. What was it in the it was like there's this like alternative story of Genesis that comes out of like the Kabbalah and ancient Jewish mysticism. So essentially she was like pissed off at like God in this version because she got kicked out of the Garden of Eden and claimed revenge on all of the sons of Adam and all that shit. So she was like blamed for all these things. Now that the mock child sacrifice in those rituals are kind of a reincarnation of this whole worship of the the sex demoness Lilith. Ain't
So
that some
that's why they
apples?
have a bunch of. That's why they have all those orgies and shit, man.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Hey, I got a question. I got a question for you guys right here. George was speaking up on something, man, and I wanted to get y'all's take on it.
Yeah.
George said instead of saying expect us to change it to join us. What do you guys take on that?
Yeah, we should. We if we keep on using the same tactics that we've been using, we won't be
George
around
who?
forever. I know George.
Lennox.
George who?
Lennox. George Lennox.
Hi, George.
Hey, what's up, George?
George, you can jump on.
Yeah, George, you want to jump on? Jump on, man. Join the
Yeah.
conversation.
I want to be on a show with George.
Yeah, personally, I like to expect this. It's threatening in a lot of ways. It's
Well, I mean,
like something might happen or it's going to happen. Well, it is. But
right. I mean, if we sit there and we say join us, I mean, automatically people want to join. People have these ideas. People want to fight the system, and like you said, expect us is more. It's more threatening, because.
Well, we were the internet hate machine for a long time. Am I not correct?
No, you are. Absolutely.
Something changed. What did it?
Hey, it's George.
It was the internet hate machine, and then the insurgents, and then all that stuff happened. But there's an explanation on why all that happened, but that's a whole other conversation for later.
Yeah, go on, George.
It changed. We were the internet hate machine for many years, and it changed around 2010 to 2011 during the Occupy movement when a lot of liberals started getting involved with Anonymous and really started reaching out more on a humanitarian basis. Some old fags will say it ruined Anonymous, and maybe it did, maybe it didn't. I'm always on the fence about that, but.
Wasn't it before Anonymous?
What's that?
I said, wasn't it before? Oh, hi, George. I'm James.
Hey, James. How you doing, brother?
Nice to meet you, man. I was just asking, didn't all that happen before, the whole Anonymous thing?
What? Which part, brother? Which part?
The internet hates machine.
Yeah, the internet. Well, the internet hate machine popped up, I think, in 2008, 2009. And when the Occupy movement came around is really when it took off, and it again you have a lot of old fags who will say it ruined Anonymous in the name because people picked up the mask. But the reason I talked about the join us part was dropping the Guy Fawkes mask, which has always been a debate because if you really look at it for what it was a lulls to even pick it up because Guy Fawkes failed, thus the epic fail guy. So when you're sporting the mask, you're really saying you failed. Okay.
Wait, that sounds like some stuff that other people will believe because it wasn't Anonymous and LulzSec two completely different stuff?
Not really. I mean, LulzSec has always been involved.
What does LulzSec even doesn't it mean lulz security? Like they're laughing at your security and not at pictures like how Facebook does?
Well, you have to understand when an Anonymous, all the different sects, we all work together. Okay,
Well, George, we're supposed to.
Exactly. Then that's how we operated. So even
Right.
if you were part of LulzSec, you were part of other sects. Everybody worked together. Sabu kind of ruined that because he ruined the trust. All right. But at the time,
No, he ruined that shit because his daughters got threatened, man. He was like, fuck that. He got put in a really bad situation, and I feel if he held his own.
Why? I mean,
he's still a fucking snitch if you ask me. I mean, when it all boils down, he's a fucking snitch,
You know what you're doing in all this.
Right.
When you get involved.
Yep, that's true.
Maybe not as intense as it was because there's so many activists and not activists today. But when you're involved and you're doing leaks, which you guys were talking about earlier, there's a certain risk involved, and that's your children are going to be threatened. You're going to be threatened. it's part of the reality of being an activist and on any level. All right, and he knew this when he got into it. So
Right.
a snitch is a snitch regardless. And if you're not
Exactly.
willing to put yourself and your family on the line, then you shouldn't be involved. And that's my opinion.
I totally agree with you, George. Well, hello, George. I'm Aaron, and
Hey, Aaron, nice to meet you as
nice
well.
to meet you as well, bud. And yeah, I mean, what I do regardless. I tell my kids there's a risk to it all, for telling the truth, but I only choose to speak truth, and you know. I like what you said though, to create it, and I do have other outlets, you know what I mean, and I don't go too crazy on my own personal, but like you said, when we do something that we're against, and the powers that may be, it's just there's a risk to everything that we do in life, and it's, are you willing to take that risk? And if you're not, you need to sit down. And if you
Right.
are, then stand by my side, and I got your back, and you got mine, and we're gonna get through this fight together.
Right, and I think with the
Exactly.
and I think with the join me part, James, and like again, it's an idea that's been floating around for, I don't know, maybe about a year. But the mask has always been a debate. Some
No,
people have been trying
absolutely.
to get rid of it for years, and it always gets thrown
What
back
does
again.
what does the Guy Fawkes mask represent? Like, why
Failure,
do
in
we
my
like
opinion,
even put it
failure.
on?
In my opinion, failure. I mean, I understand
Then
the
like,
meaning behind it. I
don't you
understand the getting. I
don't you?
understand getting behind
I
it
don't.
and saying there's no race, there's no religion, there's we all are one. But we can be one
But
voice without wearing one mask.
it sounds like people like are pretty anti Guy Fawkes mask. I don't understand why. Like, I
Some
just want to know
people
like
are,
what,
James. Some people are.
like
Some people.
why, like what does it even like represent? Like why do people even have it on?
Well, I think the idea of the mask is getting corrupted. Um, you know, you know, I use the term maskies, and you do have maskies running around who have no clue, who haven't been around very long, and there's nothing
No,
wrong
you
with
have
them.
trolls
We all
having
started at
maskies. That's
we
what that
all
is.
we all started at one time. Well, no, we all started at one time. We were all new at one time. I got involved in
Right.
2005.
Right.
Okay, and I had my system fried because I think it was you, James, that was talking about going back to old school, and that was old school, man. If we had a problem, you got your system fried, and I had my system fried. Why? Because I was a noob. I didn't know how to hide my shit. But you know what? I got off my ass and I learned the fuck what to do.
Right.
You know what I
And
mean? And
yeah, and
that's
that's what we
all
were talking about earlier today too. That nobody wants to learn the shit no more.
right. And that's
They
old
want
school,
us to do
man.
it for them.
Right. And
They want to
only
point and click.
right.
Yeah.
Well, they just want to put up a little thing that says unity and this, and then they have no idea what it was founded on. And you do have this attack against trolls, but again, Anonymous was founded on trolls, man. And the
Right.
humanity, like I said, didn't really
Yeah,
come. The humanitarian aspect of it really didn't get involved until around 2010 during the Occupy movement. Before that, we were just assholes. Plain and simple.
true,
You know what I
true.
mean? We
But
didn't
we,
do anything except to cause trouble and to spread truth. And we did spread truth, and we did try and spread knowledge, but we certainly weren't tree huggers. We were flat out
but
dicks.
Right.
And
see, a lot of people don't understand that we've evolved into something way bigger than a 4chan troll board. Like, so much more than just, oh, fuck you, da da da. Like, there's
Yeah.
so
Here's a
much more.
dick
Now
pic.
it's like, yeah, like, dude, like, why? Like, go
right, well,
somewhere
no, I
else.
think it's a
Like,
good thing that the evolution has occurred. However, you still can't lose that fear aspect. But if we are going to evolve, and if we are going to get rid of that fear aspect, expect us where, I mean, I don't know how active you guys are, but how many times you've been threatened with expect me, and 2 years later you're twiddling your thumbs, being like, "I'm still expecting you, man. My system's still up. It's not burning." And,
Yeah, okay.
My dick is dry from
but
fapping, but
see,
so
you
instead of reading
shouldn't.
expect us, if we are going to evolve, go to join us and start teaching the people the humanitarian aspects, because there's a lot of
That's
old
true.
fags that have abandoned Anonymous because they're fed up with all the maskies. Okay, I abandoned and I retired back in 2012 to sometime in 2014. I came out of retirement, and when I came back, instead of being angry like I was with how corrupted Anonymous became, I came back with a different message and embraced the humanitarian aspect, which was always in my heart, and just said, you know what? Why don't we work on teaching humanitarian aspects around the world? And that's what it's grown into, and that's the message that we should be using. And if we are going to embrace that, and we are going to embrace the evolution of what Anonymous is becoming, then I do feel we should change it to join us. And that way we get rid of that fear aspect from people.
But here's the thing,
True.
George. Yeah, I mean,
True.
I agree.
And
I
that.
agree. I agree somewhat with you, but at the same time,
Yeah, somewhat.
there are some of us that actually do work, and they need to fear us.
Yeah, but
And
let me
they,
ask you something.
Yes.
Let me ask you something, Aaron. All right.
yeah.
Do you threaten people publicly, or you just
No,
try people's
no,
shit?
absolutely. I mean, the
Exactly, and that's my
whole
point.
purpose, the whole
That's my
purpose of
point.
Anonymous is to be anonymous. I don't sit there and say, "Hey,
That's my point.
expect me.
So
I'm
why
coming
not
for you."
change
Yeah,
expect us to join us? Because I don't use expect us, because
right.
if I'm going to fry someone's system, or if I'm going to penetrate
I'm just going
someone's
to do it.
terminal, I'm going to do it. You're not going to
Right.
get a warning. I
Right.
might laugh at you
Absolutely.
later,
Yeah.
but I'm sure as hell not going to tell you I'm going in. Okay,
Yeah,
and that's
definitely
my
not.
point. So it is a sticky subject. It's one of those things that which way is it going, and it is. I don't want to say it's in crisis mode right now, because I personally don't consider myself anonymous, and there's a variety of reasons. The main reason is I don't feel that anyone has the right to call themselves anonymous. I think it's something you earn and you respect. And if other people call you anonymous, cool, embrace it. But you cannot call yourself anonymous. That's one of the main reasons, is to let go of the ego,
Right.
because I get flack about it, but it's how I feel. And so I don't consider myself anonymous. Am I an activist? Yeah. Do I work behind the scenes? Yes. And if other people, I will proudly say thank you. But at the same time, I don't think anyone has the right to call themselves anonymous, because anonymous is earned.
That's that's fucking spot on, because
Yeah.
I don't fight for anonymous, you know what I'm saying? Like, I fight
Right.
for humanity, and like, but there's like certain aspects that like shouldn't be crossed, like, you know what I mean? Like, all these old fags are no, man, they're just tired of the drama, and they're
They're
tired of the
pissed.
bullshit. Yeah, they're fucking like, well, yeah, but it's like, if you want to join us or whatever, you have to find it in yourself to join us. Not us make you join us, but you have to find it in yourself to want that change.
Exactly, and it is on a personal level, and that's and I'm again, I don't know about you guys. This is the first time I've ever talked to you guys,
Right.
but when a person says, "Oh, I'm quitting Anonymous," you don't quit Anonymous. Okay, Anonymous is in your heart.
That's it.
It's always been there. You know what I mean? You're
So
born that way.
why did you quit Anonymous?
He retired. He retired. He didn't say quit. He said
How do you
retired.
retire? Well, that's pretty much the same thing. You put up your mask. Like, why?
I hung. Well, I was first of all, I was angry. Second of
About
all,
what?
with what the movement was
Because
becoming.
there's
Because I was a
nothing to
co-founder.
be angry about.
Oh no, I was angry because I didn't like what Anonymous was becoming. It's the same thing that it's evolved into now, where you have all this infighting saying, "Oh, trolls aren't welcome," and
But that's the beauty of Anonymous, bro.
Right.
How chaotic and unorganized it is, man.
But
Like,
structure the chaos.
there's no leaders, bro.
Well,
Right, but
like,
see, this is the
structure.
thing. The tree huggers are getting upset of the trolls, you know,
Or hippies.
and well, basically, the tree huggers are getting upset. But what they don't realize, they didn't do their research and find out what it means to be a non, and it is trolling. It is fucking shit up. It is causing mass fucking hysteria, and these kids nowadays just think because we're preaching this love,
Yeah.
you know that there is no trolling. Well, no, if you do your research before you say you want to join Anonymous and ask us how to join. Well, if they ask me how to join, you know how I reply? Did you fill out the
I'll
application
troll the
form?
fuck out of them.
Well, I say, did you fill out your application and turn it in by the deadline?
Exactly.
What
Send me your
application?
ID. Send me your ID,
I mean,
your social security number, and
yeah, exactly. Give me your address, your social. I want all of it. You know, this is what I tell everybody. Every time I get messages on any of my fucking pages, I'm like, social, you know, and they just stay quiet.
Right, but what they don't understand is that you can still troll and love, and that's what's
absolutely
getting lost, because you love the idea, and that's always been my
Uh-huh.
point. Look, I can troll and be a dick, but it doesn't mean I love you any less. It means I'm trying to teach you to buckle up, because I'll tell you what.
That's old school, George.
Right, that's old. It is old school.
I mean, that's how I grew up. Old
because
school.
on the front lines, look, on the front lines, all right, and I respect people like this. I grew up probably, and you sound like you're probably around the same age I am. We don't need to give ages out, but you know, you had a beat with somebody, you threw down, and then you had a beer afterwards.
That's it. Shook your hand, and you was friends later on the same day.
That's it. You know what I mean? And that's old school. And today, you know, you hurt someone's feeling, and all this.
Oh, they're calling the cops. They want to sue you. They fucking, you know, everything else.
And,
yeah,
and
it's getting ridiculous.
It's becoming ridiculous, and that's why I
absolutely.
hung up, because you know, as a co-founder of the Occupy movement, I believed in what we were doing. And again, the Occupy movement got completely, utterly destroyed and distorted. Okay, we weren't there to hug trees, and I am most people call me a dirty hippie punk. All right, and I do love, and I have no problem saving the environment and saving the earth and all that. I love it. I think it's important that we do this. But at the same time, you know, we started Occupy to shut down the fucking bankers, point blank.
Right.
And we were infiltrated. And a lot of us got pissed off, and a lot of us left. But when you're on the front lines and you're getting maced, if you can't handle being trolled on Facebook or IRC or Zello or wherever the fuck you hang out, if you can't handle that, I sure as hell don't want you arm in arm with me on the front lines when we get pinched and fucking corralled and brought back to the station. Because you know what you're gonna do? You're gonna look at and say, George is the fucking one.
He gonna be another Sabu.
Exactly. George is the one who brought me here. It's his fault. I don't want that. I want somebody who's gonna be like, I'm sorry, I don't know nothing. That's it. You know, and that's what trolling is supposed to be teaching people, is to toughen up, man. You know, we all have problems. We all have issues.
Right.
And you know, and I have my buttons too. And you know, a couple people know my buttons are my kids. You fuck with my kids,
that's
you're gonna
it.
see a different side of me. But you can make fun of me any other way you want. You can make fun of that I'm bald. I'll make fun of that I'm bald, because I'll tell you what, my best friends and my family have probably said worse things than anybody else in the world could ever say to me. Because that's what it's about. It's about, you know, being able to give and being able to take without being offended.
Well,
I'm very offended by George.
That was a good topic. That was a good conversation right there. Now we just gonna have to see how many memes come up with "Join us."
They're out there. No, they are out there.
Anonymous, join us. Like,
the
come
fear,
on, man.
The fear, what is it? The one they say that the corrupt fear us, blah blah blah. Join us. It's out there.
The heroic join us. The corrupted expect us, because the corruption will expect us. Like, I don't get it.
We are going to grow as a movement. We do need people to join us, but we also need people willing to join that are willing to learn not only the history, but look,
Anonymous, plain and simple, we're losing hackers left
Yeah.
and right.
Yeah.
No
Absolutely.
one,
Well,
no one knows
not
how to code.
everybody not everyone in Anon is a hacker, bro.
Well,
And
he knows
they don't need
that.
to be, and I understand that. But the problem is the activists are outweighing the hackers.
Yeah.
Therefore, like I said, I don't know who's a hacker. I don't want to know. Keep your mouth quiet.
Exactly.
How many times have you got in your inbox? Hey, can you help me hack this? No, you know what? Fuck off.
Hold on, George.
You're gonna have your message.
Hold on, real quick. Hey, George. Can you hack my girlfriend's Facebook account?
Please, bro. I need to see if she's cheating on me.
Hey, wait. Where's your badge? Where's your badge number? Yeah, sure. Fuck off.
But that's my point. But we do need more people that are willing to learn, and not even for malicious purposes. But if you're going to say expect us to somebody, you better be able to get into somewhere. You better be able to get into RNC or the DNC or their systems, because they're unprotected.
Yeah, and don't when you say expect us, don't expect that we're gonna do your battle for you and we're your personal army.
Right, and don't call me and say, hey, I told this person to expect me, so I need your help. No, that's not how it works.
Right.
And quit putting your ops on Facebook.
Quit putting ops on Facebook.
Well, I don't even have a problem with that necessarily.
Yes, because real Anons don't brag about their work. They just do it, and that shit gets done, and it's never spoken of again.
That's what we said. We said if we're gonna attack, we're gonna attack. We're not gonna public it.
But I think promoting
publicize
ops is okay if because you will.
Okay, James has to get off the phone. He's grounded. I'm taking away his phone.
Good night, James. Good night.
Good night, guys. And Op New Blood, if you have any questions, we'll message the page and we'll send you out the link. Night, boys.
Good night.
Good night. But but like you said, there is a point where you do have to, ops are okay to promote because not everyone knows what IRC channel to get into, and you might get somebody who says, hey, I didn't know this was going on. You can throw them to IRC, you can throw them to the Zello, you can throw them to Discord or Wicker, wherever you go. With that said, stop using Telegram, you stupid fucks. That's starting to annoy the hell out of me. All right, stop using Telegram, people. So
Telegram isn't secure, is it?
No.
Hold on. Hey, Faye, did you just literally ask what a tree hugger is?
Hey, now my comment on this is if you get away from the hacker part, and you get too many of these activists and the tree huggers in there, your message is going to get co-opted politically by the Democratic Party.
No, we need more hackers. The hackers need to come back. We do.
Right.
A tree hugger is a person that's basically like a hippie. A hippie. Peace, love, and that's all.
Yeah, it's very different.
There's
than
no
a hacker.
action.
I mean,
it's completely different from a hacker, LaFay.
Well, that is getting corrupted because you do have a lot of people who are saying are anonymous, are part of the Democratic Party or liberal.
Night, Roger.
And we're not. We don't associate with anybody. But the problem is that the tree huggers are adopting anonymous and using that. Therefore, we're being lumped into where there's plenty of anonymous on all levels. To my opinion, if you're an anon, you probably should be an anarchist because you don't believe in any government. You don't believe in leaders. You sure as hell don't want to fucking somebody running your country for you.
Well, it's just funny how people call themselves anarchists and don't have the fucking anarchist cookbook upstairs in their bedroom.
But at the same time,
I'm one with the anarchist cookbook.
Yeah. At the same time, the tree huggers and the water protectors and all that, like at Standing Rock, they need you guys helping them. So I mean, there is a relationship there, but you can't let them take over. The leadership of whatever it is. You can work with them, but you can't really be a part of them or have them be a part of you. They'll swamp you.
Were you on the call? Were you on one of the calls when we were talking about DAPL? Because that was actually huge about the misconception of Anonymous. When Anonymous first got involved, I was on the Anonymous Council with Standing Rock. When Standing Rock first happened, there were 15 councils, and we had the Anonymous Council that was kind of on the side. And I communicated through another council member who was on all 15 councils, and he put our message out. And Anonymous did not, and They did not want Anonymous involved because they thought we were violent, but they didn't realize what we could do. And so we went back and forth for about 2 weeks saying, hey, we will help you. Just let us do what we do. And the agreement was, if we did visit camp, not to rep the mask.
Okay, yeah.
And with that going on, so, that's part of the perception, though, that Anonymous needs to change, is that, we're not violent. We're not on the front lines. That's what Black Bloc is for. Black Bloc is there for us.
Hey, George, I got a question. This guy, Roger Hill, man, he just posted, Standing Rock pedos, please.
Roger, for the love of fucking God, could you drop it? There's no Standing Rock pedo. We've looked into it like several fucking times. You say there's a docs? Send us the docs.
Send us the docs, and don't half-ass the docs. Make sure it's an official doc, man. An official docs, okay?
With
not
proof.
no half-ass shit. With proof on it.
And
Don't half-ass it, and then we'll back it up.
Back in
Well,
September,
there were some known characters in the camp. I mean, the camps have getting flushed out now, but I mean that was going on.
September they were. Even back in September, they cut one of the guy's ponytails off and sent him down the road, called the BIA to pick him up.
Oh yeah, it was
because
constant.
he was harassing females, but he wasn't a pedophile that we know of. He was just going in the girls' tents and
harassing them.
Right. I mean, he wasn't the butthole tickler who finally got arrested, but. Tyler, did you hear about him, the butthole tickler?
God.
Dude, do a Google search for the butthole tickler, man. He'd fucking break into your house and tickle your butthole. So, but they do take care of their own there, and there's, as far as I know,
Roger is Jeff Kenyon. Let me stop.
Oh, he's Big Baby.
That's what I thought. I knew it.
Roger is Kenyon.
I knew it.
Look, he says, "Wow, yeah, we caught you, fuck."
Hey, Big Baby.
You both. I knew it. You both are from Canada. You can't fool us.
No, he ain't from Canada. He just created his fucking profile. Oh,
but yeah, that pedo shit's that needs to stop, and the rumors need to stop. And
yeah, absolutely.
But Standing Rock will prevail in the long run. I mean, it started a worldwide movement to awaken the average person, and that's really what I think Anonymous should be doing with the leaks that they do, with the communications, but trying to teach people how to properly encrypt stuff, how to use tails to cover your fingerprints, to it's not always easy to get these people to do that, because everyone wants to say, oh yeah, I DDoSed the site, therefore I'm a hacker, and it has absolutely nothing to do with hacking.
That's what we said earlier. DDoSing is, I mean, there's some, Tyler was saying that there is a little bit to some DDoSes that are more complex, but I mean, as far as hacking is concerned, DDoS is not even a hack.
Right. Well, when's the last time you saw a website defaced?
A couple weeks ago.
Yeah, somebody, I think Static is a good. D is a great defacer.
Will do.
She's one of the best. She's one of the best females around, and she rocks. But a lot of these leaks that are coming out, they are from the hack.